Hello. Yes, I'm here. Uh-oh. I left something on. Turn one of those speakers off. Not that one. I guess I should stop talking so it stops coming through. No. Okay, there you are. Hi, everybody. So I know the chat room's been active. I've only caught a couple glimpses of things. Been a crazy, crazy morning. About 30 minutes ago, I was not here. I think Mike Paradin saw me because I got a brief image from my car into Zoom. Ay, caramba. Mike Paradin and Sam Lazar are both in the chat room, and it looks like I'm really messed up. So Mike was supposed to be on with me during a live stream this morning at 11 a.m. And then my morning got filled up with a client issue, and I sort of sent an email to Mike asking if we could postpone to Saturday, I believe. And I sort of got an email back from him saying yes. The problem is, I didn't send that email to Mike Paradin. I sent it to Matthew Barnes from last week. And Matthew replied, yes, that's fine. So I didn't even realize the conflict, that I actually did not send an email to Mike. Mike, I apologize. Oh, gee, and I couldn't, as I was driving home, I thought, what in the world did I do? I was thinking, did I have actually 3 people scheduled for today? No. Yeah, Sam, I see you're in the waiting room. I'm going to come to you in a moment. And Blackwatch, you're just going to have to sit there in the green room for a while if you want to hang out there. This is Sam's time, but we might try to also deal with Mike's issue. Now, Mike's already been into the Zoom session a couple times this morning, kind of looking around the room. Doug, where are you? Where are you? Let me get my AVDW check out of the way. So I got to go over here and hit the, stream settings and then DVR. So I just turned DVR on, and I see a $4.99 donation already come in from Tony Wallow. Thank you, Tony. So here's the watch going down. Audio visual, is it okay? Let me know in the chat, and I'm going to bring Sam in, and then we're going to figure out what we're going to do next. Let's see who all's in the waiting room. Yeah, Sam's there, and Blackwatch. Keep the green room warm for anyone else for a little while. You're restricted from sharing this meeting. It's okay.
All right, let me.
This looks like must be Sam Lazar. I hear you.
Correct. Yes, I hear you fine.
All right.
Well,
Tony says AV good. Are you confirming also for Sam's audio and visual? And let's see. So Ida also says AV good. Ida. Sorry, Ida. For pronouncing your name wrong once in a while. A DVR, you might have to refresh your browser, because if you were in the session before I turned the DVR on, you might have to refresh your browser for the DVR to work. Gary says DVR working and Sam is fine. So
yeah.
Gary, Sam, Gary thinks you're fine. I'll take that as a compliment.
Same here.
So on some level, Sam, you are a computer technician. I don't quite know what that entails yet, and we'd like to find out.
Yeah, that's fine, yep.
I was a little concerned that you might be ill at ease with the thumbnail that I created for this video.
Oh, no, that's fine. No, I had a good laugh when I saw it.
I thought it was just a little bit of fun. It looked like...
yeah.
In fact, when I first started, what I was searching for was bear and bull, and there was this bear and bull image you know, where they're
okay.
prone
Right.
towards each other. But I'd have to buy that subscription, and I didn't want.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care to do that.
Could use the kangaroo.
A kangaroo. There you go. That would
Yeah,
be.
for
That would have been a
Australia.
clever idea, huh? Now I'm
Yeah.
going to try turning this camera down because too much headspace just makes just bugs me.
Yep.
All right, now let me fill you in about Mike Parodin.
Sure.
Did you hear my spiel at the beginning here about my mess up?
No, not too much because
Yeah.
I was trying joining in and whatnot.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, I was scrambling because I got here late, but I was scheduled for a session with Mike Parodin this morning at 11 a.m. for a live stream.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, and if I'm remembering right, it was about cloning an image from an SSD to an external device. I'm not quite clear on what the external device is.
Yep.
And he's been trying to reach me through the morning while I've been tied up with a client and other things, and I hadn't been able to respond to him. So, Mike, I know you're in here in chat. Please forgive me. And Mike, if you're game, I was thinking that Sam and I are going to visit for a little while, and maybe we invite you back in during this live stream instead of doing it later, and Sam and I work to help you together. Does that sound like a deal for you, Sam?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to help.
Cool.
Done similar jobs, so yeah.
Cool. So, Sam, you've been pretty active in comments on my videos and in the chat room.
Yep.
And on occasion, you have indicated that you take a different approach on some subjects. So I thought it'd be interesting to talk through those.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I need to catch up on some. I'm going to do a quick run through chat. You've probably seen how I do this.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah, and let's get this pip fixed a little bit.
That's all right.
Picture in picture. Yeah, there. It's probably a waste of time to do all that. But anyway, so I'm going to scroll up and look for other orange hits. There's some orange hits there. I know some of them are not serious. Jim pulls us into Zoom. I'll tell you if. Okay, that is possibility. Don't know for sure yet. And let's see, where did I lost my... Here, get this back. Zoom in here. Ken asking if I'm here. Yes. Finally, and Gary says hello. I'm just looking at the ones in orange. So, again, this is another session, people, that if you want to get my attention, be sure to hit me up in orange. Sam joining in a few minutes. Ida's hello. This is going to be a normal Zoom with... Is this going to be a normal Zoom with everyone? Not until we finish dealing with Sam and possibly Mike. And then we can do that. And I have time available. Is DVR on yet? I think even Gary's already, Gary confirmed DVR. Let's see, and then Gary Wall Street, I don't know what that was about. Chris, hello. Okay, so that catches me up with chat. I heard someone else ring in on Zoom. I'll take a peek over here to see who that is. Mike is in the waiting room for Zoom. So good. Okay, please hang out there, Mike. Don't give up on us. I think we'll be coming back to you. But this time was slated for Sam, so I'm going to go ahead and go with you. And I'm gonna take my dings, my wrist slap for messing up with Mike. And just hilarious that I was scrambling to figure out what did I do, and then I finally figured out. Okay, I asked for the postponement from Matthew Barnes. I thought, wait a minute, didn't we already deal with Matthew's subject?
Maybe it's ongoing.
Ugh. I'm surprised that he confirmed for tomorrow, but I think he's probably going to be a repeat visitor too. So maybe you will too. Yep. So Sam, now that I got all that, I've been just yammering away here, and we haven't heard much except for little interjections from you. Give us the elevator speech about who Sam Lazar is.
All right. So my name's Sam Lazar. So I'm in Melbourne, Australia. I in spare time help family and friends with their technology and various contacts.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera.
Yep. various contacts with their technology. So I've done things from hard drives to solid state drives, advise clients on how to use their technology and various other things. I also do a bit of TVs. So that's helping clients with a new TV or set up like an Android TV box or something like that.
Okay, so now what is your connection with the university? Are you're a student or you work there?
I'm a student, so
Okay.
I'm studying in Melbourne. I'm doing a certificate in cybersecurity. So that's a vocational education course. So it's 1 year.
Certificate for cybersecurity. The
Yep,
course is
certificate
1 year.
correct.
Okay, awesome, awesome. That's huge opportunities in that field.
Correct. Yep.
So you've also referred to clients. So what is
Yep.
the nature of your business with clients? Is that just you do some work for some people on the side, very informal, or do you actually have a business structure? What are you
It's
doing?
more it's more informal so on the side. So let's say a friend or a client calls me saying, "Hey, I've got a problem." I'll come and help them, and it's more on the side. It's not my main
Okay.
thing at this point.
Okay. Very good. Awesome. How long would you say that you've been helping other people with their computers?
My first client, which was actually one of my cousins, probably 5 years ago,
Okay.
5, 6 years ago.
Great. And would you say you've essentially grown up with computers
Yep. I still
and
remember getting, yep,
electronics? Yeah.
correct. Yep. My first
Okay.
computer was Windows XP and that I got that in '07. So yeah.
Windows XP with an i7.
No, not i7. I got my first laptop in 2007 and it came with Windows XP.
Okay. Okay.
Because i7 was '09. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then what do you have now in terms of your own personal computer equipment?
The computer I'm on now, which is my laptop, I can maybe share my Zoom screen and get my specifications.
Okay.
Let me just share my, yeah, Jaguar block sharing.
Oh, Gary, I see Bear and Bull. He's set up from Wall Street at the entrance. Yeah, that's right.
So, since I can't share my screen, I can maybe read them
Oh,
out.
wait a
So
minute.
I've
No, I
got,
can turn that on. I can turn that
oh,
on.
sure,
I
sure.
had to increase security settings in Zoom a while back
Oh, yeah.
because of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
remember
remember that.
that.
That Oppo phone with the other
So
things.
so here's an allow participants to share screen. I'll put a check mark on that.
Sure. Thank you.
Try
I'll share
try it
my
again.
settings. I'll share
Try
my
it again.
settings screen. Yep. I'll allow that with high quality audio. Yep. All right, so I've got my laptop. So my specifications I've got is an i7, so seventh gen i7. So I'm quite annoyed I cannot get Windows 11.
Oh
I've
yeah, just
got
barely
yes,
barely
and
not.
I've got a client's laptop with which is a lot lower than my computer and newer and can get Windows 11. So I'm really annoyed. Um, I've got 16 gigs of RAM. I've got an Intel Wi-Fi 6 card, so I did upgrade my laptop. I've got a GTX 1050, and that's pretty much it. Oh, I've also got 3 terabytes in the laptop, three
Okay.
terabytes of storage.
Oh, yeeks.
Yeah,
Wow.
I have a lot. I have upgraded my laptop several times.
What do you do with that much storage? What do you
I save my whole OneDrive to my laptop, so it saves a copy on my laptop. So
Okay,
my
but OneDrive is not going to take up much space at all unless you're storing files there. So what's
correct,
your files?
I save all my YouTube videos on there. So I've got large
Ah,
files on YouTube, and I don't want to have to use videos on YouTube. I want to use the original file, so
okay,
I keep a copy on my laptop,
okay, okay. Got it,
plus
got it.
games and other things.
Yeah. Now, I'm back on the subject
Sure, sure.
of Windows 11. One of the comments that you made, I don't remember if it's in chat or comment on a video,
Yep,
in regards to installing Windows 11 on a computer that doesn't meet the hardware requirements. You said you would not do it for a client.
correct.
Would you do it for yourself if you found that you were able to
No,
install it on that laptop? You would not.
I would not. So if it was compatible, I would do it. But if it's not, forget it.
Yeah. Now, my perspective on that with that laptop that I did demonstrate in the video that turned out it wouldn't install. If I do the BIOS upgrade on it, and then if it would install and still not be capable, I think I would probably only do that for the purpose of the video. However, I might choose to keep it because all I do with that computer is web stuff and entertainment, meaning let's suppose 3 or 4 months down the road I decide I want to revert back. I'd be fine with restoring the image that I just created, the image file that I stored. So my recovery option would be a nothing burger, and it would give me the experience of using Windows 11 on a non-qualified computer, and I think that would be a good experience for me to have because I can say what happens, because some people are saying, are you going to get updates? And I think you will get updates, but if it once in a while doesn't work, I don't think Microsoft's going to go out of their way to fix it.
Correct, yeah.
My deduction. But they can choose case by case whether they're going to fix it or not, and they'll get the data back. Why do I always have trouble with that word? What is that word that the data they get from us? It is called
telemetry.
Telemetry. I was going to say it's a space sounding thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep trouble coming up with that word.
That's all right. Yeah.
So that was one of the things that you commented that sounded on the surface like it was taking exception to what I was doing, except that I didn't actually talk about my clients. None of my clients have asked about Windows 11. I don't think they even know it exists. I don't think my real world clients, if I were to ask them, do you want Windows 11? They would have a blank deer in the headlights stare and not know what I'm talking about. There's a couple of them. That would be aware of it, but for the most part, not. And there's absolutely no business sense or use case reason to upgrade any computer to it that I can see. It's just lust. I want it. That's the
true
thing. Carrie Holzman tweeted a comment saying, name one thing that is a reason for Windows 11 to exist, or justification for Windows 11. One thing that it does that makes it worthy of its existence. And there were people that were responding with various different things. I responded with, it can create unexplainable enthusiasm. Is that fair?
Yep. Yeah, I think so.
I think I have sensed an enthusiasm towards getting Windows 11 that is not explainable. It's just when the restrictions came out, there's kind of that thing in life that you want what you can't have.
Yeah.
And even salespeople will use it as a sales tactic to offer you something and say, "Oh, but I don't know if you're qualified." And now the mark wants it because it's kind of like the thing you can't have. So people got all upset about the restrictions, and maybe even people who weren't all that eager to get it. So what do you recall? What other things that you have commented or chatted on topics that we were talking about?
I could probably mention a few things. I could probably mention some tools I use with myself and clients.
All right.
So one tool I have is a piece of software on a USB called Ventoy. And what it is a multi-boot USB. So in the USB, one partitions the Ventoy software, another partition, you just load all your ISOs.
Okay.
So when you boot into the system itself, Ventoy, it'll ask you which ISO do you want. Let's say Windows 10, Windows 11, Linux. Once you select the ISO, it'll boot into that ISO and off you go.
And you can do an installation with that.
Correct.
All right. So when I hear people talk about tools such as that, the place where my attention goes to is what was the situation over the last 6 months that I might have remotely used that, and I can't think of one. Now,
Okay.
I'm assuming that somehow with the people that you interact with, or maybe your own computers, you do run across that use.
Yep.
Right? Okay. So that tool makes sense for you.
Correct. It's free. So.
It's free. All right.
Yeah.
Got another one?
What else? What else do I use? I use another program called Partition Wizard. I use that to clone, a hard drive to a solid state drive when I used to do hard drive upgrades for clients. So that's just a general partition software. I'd boot from a USB or CD.
Would you consider yourself more of a hardware person or a software person?
A bit of both. I don't stick to one, and I'm not particular to one brand or piece of software.
Okay.
So a bit of both.
Okay. And I don't recall, I probably knew already, but how did you find my channel?
I found it from a Windows 11 video. So I remember...
Oh, yes. Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
Yeah, because I was watching Windows 11, how it's all great from Microsoft. And then they say, here are specifications later. And I'm like, crap, what about my laptop?
Yeah. Yeah, when the specifications came out, I think I kind of assume most of my computers probably aren't going to qualify.
No, only Dad's computers qualifies, and you'll get Windows 11 at the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So are you aware that there's quite a substantial number of the people that watch my channel that came to it from Kerry Holzman's channel?
No, I didn't know how they came to you, but I know a lot of people watch your channel.
Yeah, but what I was referring to there is a lot of them came from Kerry Holzman's channel because I've been a viewer of his for a long time. Are you familiar with his channel?
No, I haven't really watched his channel much.
Okay. So, wait a minute. What did you just say? You haven't watched YouTube much?
No, his channel much.
Not his channel much. Okay, that's fine.
I do watch YouTube a fair bit.
Okay. Well, as much as it seems like a joke, as a minority, I want to make sure you know you're welcome here.
Okay. That's right. Okay.
I was contemplating, I might put out a poll. How many, what percentage of you came to my channel from Kerry Holzman's? So what, are there other YouTube channels of yours that are favorites of yours?
I've got a few channels. I watch one. I put it in the chat for everyone. I watch a bit of Linus Tech Tips. I watch a bit of another channel called Lon.tv. You may have heard of. Who else do I watch? I watch too many channels to listen.
Yeah, I know. If somebody were to ask me to name the channels, I probably would come up with a blank. Yep. So anyway, feel free to mention it once in a while. If you come up with one that you say, "Oh, I want to mention this one," feel free to do that. So now, you referred to this course that you're in as a 1-year vocational, but it's at a university or a local college. What is that? How does that work in Australia?
It's at it's called TAFE, which is kind of like vocational education, and you can go to a TAFE or university and do a TAFE course. So it might be at a university or it might be at a local TAFE. Which is TAFE kind of more for tradies, but it's kind of modernized and branched out into other areas like IT. Okay. So it's more hands-on.
Is it a private business or is it a institutional school?
I'm not sure exactly how Swinburne is or the uni where I go.
Not a big deal. Not a big deal.
But the local uni, it's recognized in the country and it.
Okay, so
1-year course.
It's information security. So
it's called a certificate in cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity. Okay. And what would you like to do with that?
Not sure exactly. Maybe work in the industry or maybe start in help desk. So I'm really not sure yet.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Still,
All right, so let me see. Was there anything else on your mind that you'd like to cover before we go invite Mike?
no, that's all good.
Join us? Okay. So, Mike, I want to be sure that you know that you need to turn off the sound from the YouTube video. You can't have that playing while you have an open mic with us, and there's going to be a little bit of delay between what you see in the video and what you see on the Zoom session. So here we're admitting Mike. Let's see how this works. Come in as a third person. Down at the bottom, there he is. Hello, Mike. Can you hear me, Mike? Oh, he's connecting to audio, it says.
Yes,
Hello.
Yes,
yes, I can hear you.
All right, good. I can hear you too. And who do we have behind you?
Oh, it's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Please meet you.
Excuse me. I have feedback in the back.
You have feedback.
Yes.
Okay, so in the chat room, how is the sound coming over? It's sounding okay to me. And do you have the YouTube video playing on your side, Mike?
Maybe mute that browser or video.
Well, I have earphones.
You have headphones, yes, but your microphone could be picking up sound from a YouTube video. It doesn't matter that you have the headphones are for your ears.
Just a second.
Where's your microphone? Your microphone could be picking up the sound from a YouTube video.
Just a second.
Oh, I see why I wasn't seeing things in chat. I haven't been scrolling. Been stuck. Okay, Mike, while you work on resolving that, I'm going to catch up with chat. Okay?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
It's okay now. I shut down the volume on the YouTube.
Good.
Good.
Okay. So, Mike, hold on just a moment. I'm gonna catch up with the chat room and adjust the picture-in-picture here, and then we're gonna come back to what you were seeking help for.
Okay.
And I've got to get this thing better. So again, I'm going to switch over to this weird screen that some of you have seen before. And where is it? Where is it? Pip. Come on. Show it to me. Okay, this is where we need that person that was in the chat room a little while back. Does he know what he's doing? He looks confused.
Hello.
Hello. I heard somebody say hello. There it is, finally. Jeez. All right, so if I move this one, come on, move for me. Move for me. What's going on with my processor? It's all right. There, finally moved.
Something.
Okay, now move that. So that gets Mike, so his bottom part of his torso is not cut off. And then come back to this one. Oh, now we only have Mike. I've just got to figure out how to make this easy. The problem with figuring out how to make this easier is when I'm offline and not during a live stream, I don't have 3 people in the Zoom session to be able to figure out how to adjust it right. So that's kind of the thing about being live, unscripted tech show to show the tech of figuring this stuff out. That's not such a bad deal, is it? So let's see, where I was at. Bull and Bear from Wall Street. We have a client From Gary, we have client who wants us to document the using 11 through the web. We have a client that wants to document that we are using Windows 11 through the web. Yeah, and not with you on that. Oh, Tim's house here. Hi, Tim. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Is that a question to me or just an intriguing point? It is the government gave us until 11/1/21. So it's the government is the client, wants them to document that we're using Windows 11 through the web. I don't know what it means to use Windows 11 through the web. Windows 11 is operating system on the local computer. I got a demand a client wants VBS, Vacation Bible School, not Visual Basic.
Oh, okay.
No, VBS. Yeah. What is not Visual Basic? Windows 11. Windows 11 has a gallery of pinup girls for your desk. Oh, Blackwatch, come on. No, people who don't know you aren't going to realize that that's just your humor. There's a lot of people interested in Windows 11 on old hardware. If the views on my video are any indication. Yeah, they're all techie people, not trying to do that in a business or hopefully not with a computer that they really rely upon. So I don't see any more orange there for a while. Matthew Barnes says, hey. Matthew, I don't know if you were with us when I was telling about the faux pas. I sent you an email asking to postpone this morning's session when I meant to, am I getting this right? Yeah, when I meant to send it to Mike Paradin. And so Mike was trying to get into the session this morning at 11 a.m. and it wasn't working. Send data through the web. Okay, so Windows 11, send data through the web. It had to be something to do with that. All right. VBS, Virtual-Based Security, Department of Justice. Virtualization-based security. So the government wants Gary to prove he's got that. Okay. Now, coming back to the Zoom session, and here's Mike. So Mike, am I remembering right that you wanted help with something about cloning an SSD to something else?
Yes, because what happened, I bought myself another SSD bigger than the one I have on my computer now. But what happened, I want to clone the whole auto program with Windows and everything to the other SSD. It is connected to my computer right now.
All right. So you're trying to upgrade the SSD that's inside your computer. So you're trying to clone from your current SSD to the new SSD. Then you want to install that one in the computer.
That's right.
Okay, awesome. And what software are you using?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't have any software at all because for me, for this part, because I have used computers, but I do not know how to clone a hard drive to another hard drive.
Okay, great. Well, let's work with that then. So, Sam, what is your favorite tool for cloning from one SSD to another one?
Well, for hard drives or solid state drives, I use a free program called Mini Partition Wizard.
Mini Partition Wizard.
You may have heard of it.
Well, that's kind of a really generic sounding name. Mini Partition Wizard. I mean, come on, that's not even partition is a word. Mini is just a word. So no, Mini Partition Wizard. I have not heard of it. Now, you said it's free. Do they have a paid version? Whoa, Sam, did you freeze? Oh, he's in suspended animation there.
Yep.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah, my internet's not great.
Oh, okay. So let's do the people in the chat room and follow my channel have seen me do Macrium Reflect. That's clearly my favorite, and I'm going to put a poll in here. So I'm going to say Macrium Reflect. Oh, let's see. Or I gotta change. Okay, or Mini Partition Wizard.
Yes, hello.
Macrium Reflect.
Nicholas?
Hello.
Mini Partition Wizard. So here's a poll selecting which one do you want us to use.
Hello.
Gary, no, I'm not gonna. Sam's on in the session, so it's gonna be his favorite tool or mine. So there's the poll. So you folks start voting. Which one do you want to see us use? And I'm going to catch up here. Blackwatch, no, I'm not going to do Cronus. Cronus, I'd have to weld. Let's see.
Yep.
What is it? It's paid only now, isn't it?
Yeah, Cronus is
Paid only.
Cronus is paid only. So no, I'm not gonna make Mike pay for it. And then Blackwatch is asking what version of Mini Partition Wizard. Chris, Mini Partition Wizard, and they do have a paid version. Okay. Ida used a Cronus for mine, worked like a charm. Again, I'm not gonna pay for it for this one. It's available reliably for free. And then Gary's giving a Partition Wizard. Is that the Mini Partition Wizard, or is that Gary's favorite tool? And then BH Ringer Mini Tool, so that's another one. So it's fine for you guys to put in what your favorite tool is in here, because other people can see this. Whoops, I got to bring this up on screen, sorry. Because other people watching the video later can see these, and they may use one of these that is being recommended, and go for that. So feel free to put them in, but this choice is between these two. And I see the vote on the top of my screen is showing 57% favoring Mini Partition Wizard. Very good. You may have to kill the video because of bandwidth. Jim's suggesting that to Sam. Careful of partition tools are learned the hard way. And Ken, is that recent? I don't know what you're asking. You'd have to be, on a Cronus. Yeah, I believe it's like within the last year that they went to, they eliminated the free version. Doug, that is Mini Partition Wizard. Okay, so the link that Gary gave us is Mini Partition Wizard. Thank you. And George Johnson, Mini Partition Tool. Is that the same thing? And Sam, latest free version, in answer to what version he's using. Matthew used Macrium Reflect, found an article about it on PC Mag, I believe, or PC World, but Macrium is great. George using a Cronus. Blackwatch, I can send you some ISOs for CDs or USBs. Why would I want that? No, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why you're putting that comment in. My upload is 20 megabytes per second, downloads 50 for Sam. Yeah, maybe that's what your speed test shows you, but if you're locking up once in a while, you may have some other issue going on. Okay, so I'm seeing 60%. So, Mike, can we get me connected to your computer?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Mike, what I need you to do is go to a website called logmein123.com, and it works best if you type that in the address bar of your browser rather than a search field, and you've got to add the .com in order for it to go to the website. So again, it's logmein123.com. And I'm going to use the link that Gary provided for that, and Sam will confirm that that's the right thing, unless, Sam, you want to put in the link yourself.
Link
And
for.
then, Sam, you will guide us through it, okay?
Oh, okay. Sure, I can try and do that. Yep.
Yeah. In fact, you're gonna. I'll have the controls,
Yep.
and you will guide me through as though I'm an end user.
Oh, okay. Right.
See how this goes. So, Mike, when you get to that website, it should be asking you for a 6-digit code.
1 second, please. I'm trying to find the link. I can't find it.
You're trying to find the link?
Yeah, just a minute. You said that. Just a minute.
You're not looking for a link.
Okay,
You
1
should,
second.
let me, you know what? You got the YouTube video. Let me just show what you should do,
Yeah, okay.
Mike. So you just watch the video here, and I'll bring up a web browser here and go to a new tab. So in the address bar up here at the top, if you type log me in 123 period COM, do you see where I have that in the address bar?
1 second, please.
Yep, I'll let sit right there until you're ready for me to move on.
Because I'm trying to. Just a second.
It's in the upper left corner of the screen that I'm using.
Oops. No, I did not receive it yet. I'm looking at the YouTube.
I could put it into the chat room. Are you on the same computer?
Yes.
The video's running on the same computer? Let's do that. I'll put it in the chat room. It'll show up as a link, and you just click on it.
Okay, please.
All right, there it is in the chat room. So you just click on it, and that should get you there.
I'm looking for it. I didn't get it yet. Oh, there it is. I got it. Yes, okay. He asked me. He asked me for a code.
Yeah. So the 6-digit code is 346694.
Wait. 3, 4, 6,
694.
6, 9, 4. Download. Start download.
Income.
There we saw you show up on screen. Starting to. You'll probably have a few more clicks.
Yeah, I do. 1 second, please.
No hurry.
Well, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's the first time doing this like that, so I'm a little bit nervous.
I understand that, and that's why I say no hurry. We've got no place to be.
Yeah.
We have nothing better to do than to we'll help you with this right now. So
Yeah.
we're just here to have a good time together, Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just a second. Okay.
Oh, Acronis is not just paid, it's a subscription.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate those programs.
Yeah, but I'm suspecting that people who've bought it in the past might have a version that still works.
Yep.
So they still, swear by it.
Yeah, it's still like my video editing software. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my video editing software I'm paying for annually.
Oh, okay. With mine, I got mine years ago for free. Not for free, I paid for it. And then I got the lifetime license. But if you get it now, you have to pay for a subscription.
Yeah.
But I don't have to pay the subscription because I got it lifetime for years ago.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like Macrium Reflect came ahead in the poll. It's now 58%. That's too late. Too late.
Oh.
We're committed.
Yes, hello.
Yes, Mike?
Yeah, I received I have it open, but I don't know if
Oh,
you received.
I've got to do a click on my side. I was off looking at chat, so
Yeah, I have you now. I see.
all right. All right. Do you see the mouse moving on your screen, Mike?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So we've got your screen now.
So I don't touch my mouse. I let you do all the work for me.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. All right. So let's see. Sam, am I good to take the link from Gary, or did you put one in yourself?
I put one in, but I can put it again if you want.
Yeah, just go ahead and paste it in again so I don't have to go hunt for it.
That's all right. I don't know what YouTube's doing. It's now giving me weird YouTube nonsense. I'll quickly search it up again online and paste it in.
Let me just go for Gary then. I'll do a Control F, and I'm typing Gary's name, and then press Enter, and that allows me to search for all of Gary's stuff. I'm going to search in reverse, so I go up the screen, and that should get me quickly to his link. I feel like maybe I passed it already. I bet I did. Go back down. Gary. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to right click on that and copy link address. And then I'll Alt Tab back to Mike's computer and click in the address bar and then Control V to paste. Now look how long that link is. It's much longer than what Gary gave us. And that's because YouTube has coded stuff into this link so that YouTube is going to recognize this link as departing from YouTube, because YouTube doesn't like that. So I press enter here and we get a message. This link is taking you outside of YouTube to Partition Wizard. Yes, we know that. YouTube is trying to keep us with YouTube. Seems like sometimes it said, are you sure you want to leave YouTube? That one didn't say that. Okay, so here we're at Partition Wizard. Okay, so Sam, tell me what to do next.
My screen's blurry. Let me adjust my video quality. In the top right-hand corner is download Partition Wizard.
Okay. And when I float the mouse over that, it pops up.
So that's the green icon under free edition.
Okay.
That's all we need, free version.
Okay.
Yep, save the file. That's fine, yep.
All right.
And I'm using Firefox.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I've used Firefox before.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'll be right back, okay?
Yep, that's fine, Mike.
All right, now once it's downloaded, you need to find your download, whether your downloads are in Firefox.
Okay, how do I do that?
From memory, in the top right, if you click the three bars, there should get a menu, and there should be a thing that says downloads.
Okay, I see downloads.
Yep, downloads, yep.
Clicking.
Yep.
All right.
And then you can select the top one, which is Partition Wizard install.
Top one says password 1205 free online, right?
Yeah, that should be it, yep.
You think that says password?
Yeah, Partition Wizard. Partition Wizard's abbreviated.
I'm messing with you.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So, double click?
Yeah, double click, yeah, it should work, yeah. You can hit yes to allow the program to run as an administrator.
Do we do English or Australian?
I know we just do English because a lot of programs only have one variation of English.
Mini software tool. What we got?
Untick the second one.
Okay. Not going to install Shadow Maker free.
Yep. You can untick the experience improvement program.
Okay.
Then you can hit next. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
And then next.
Yep. Next is fine. Yep.
Matthew Camp 915 in the chat. I think you're really right about that. He says, yes, the reason why YouTube does that is because of all the bots posting links to bad websites. And maybe even posting a link that looks like it's not going out of YouTube, but trying to trick you to something. So he's kind of justifying the more legitimate reason for YouTube doing that rather than just keeping us on site.
Okay, I'm back.
Finish?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Finish.
Hello, Mike. We're back. Let's catch you.
If you finish, you'll open up the program automatically.
All right.
You can close any thing from Partition Wizard in your web browser.
All right.
Yep, you can close downloads.
Yeah, we can actually close all that. We don't need...
Oh, maybe you can close that, yeah. Oh, you can make this full screen with the
Make
box
this
in
full
the...
screen. Now, wait a minute. Did
Yep.
I just... Mike, do you still have the YouTube video?
No.
Did I just close that?
Just a second. I'll let you know. Just 1 second, please.
Sure.
The Firefox is completely closed.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not sure. Does it even need? Yeah. Let's get it back up because we might need him to get back into YouTube later on. As long as we're actually working on his computer, he doesn't need it. So I'm going in the address bar and typing youtube.com/LWTDB, which gets you straight to my channel. And then whatever's playing live should show up right up here at the top center. And then I'm going to mute the sound on that.
Oh, advertisements.
Oh, is this ad? Oh, it is advertisement.
Yeah,
Okay.
Monday.com.
Okay.
Click skip.
All right. That would be because I was wondering if it shows advertisements even on live streams.
It does.
Yeah, it does. All right.
I have ad block, but that's another subject.
So AdBlock does block the YouTube
correct.
advertisements? Yeah.
It does. If you have premium or you have ad block, it just blocks out.
Well, I pay for the YouTube premium.
Premium?
You know, so I don't get advertisements anywhere.
Oh, sure. I own YouTube, yeah.
All right, so here we got Partition Wizard. Now I got to fix the
Make that full screen, yeah.
this piece here for the Zoom meeting. I'm going to minimize the Zoom meeting and stick it down here behind the picture-in-picture. So Mike, you'll only see one person at a time there in the Zoom.
Yeah, I do. I see.
Yeah, and we need to do that so that we can work with your computer screen. But when we go away from your screen, when we're no longer displaying your screen on the YouTube video, then we can bring that back up and bring the YouTube video back up on your screen.
Okay.
Okay, so Sam, what's next?
Make the program full screen.
All right. I'm going to make our picture-in-picture smaller.
Please do that. Maybe move picture-in-picture to the top, maybe.
The top, you think would be better?
Yeah.
Move both picture-in-pictures to the top. I got to do those on 2 separate computers. And then this guy will, whoops, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's better for what I need to explain now. All right, so...
Douglas?
Yes, Mike.
If you could see my second hard drive. That's like the 896 gigabytes. That's my new hard drive which I want to put the complete Windows on it.
Okay.
Yep, we can do that.
Yep, very good. So we're gonna clone from this
Yep.
drive, which has 3 partitions, to this one. Doug,
Exactly.
shut up, because Sam is the teacher here.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, we are going to copy from one drive to the next, and this is exactly what I do with clients. Not so much anymore, but aside from that, in the bottom left, you see "Do not show." Bottom right, I mean, you see "Do not show this message."
In the bottom left?
No, right.
Oh, bottom right.
Do not show this message. Tick that box and then close the window.
Oh, there.
Well, that's just an annoying pop-up you don't need.
All right.
Yep.
Very
There we go.
good.
Now, on disk 1, if you right-click on disk 1, which is NBR, down below you see disk 1. Or up there, it's fine as well. And then you can say...
oh, okay. So yeah, I clicked up here. You were meaning to click down here, and either one probably works,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, correct.
All right.
Right-click, yep. Then I hit copy. You see copy up there?
Okay.
Yep, copy. Select the target disk, so I'm guessing disk 2.
Yeah, because he said it was the 890
Yep.
gigabyte. Okay.
Right. So, yep. Then hit next. Yes, that's fine. Yep.
Okay, so what you're saying, yes, it's fine too, is this message: warning, all the data on the disk will be destroyed. Are you sure that you want to continue? And this is the place where somebody who's not comfortable or confident about what they're doing could make a mistake if they're doing this backwards. They're
Yep.
overriding their
You
live
happy with what I'm
drive.
doing?
Pardon?
You happy with what I'm doing so far?
I'm going to click yes.
Yep. Yep. Hit yes.
I did. You've got a little bit of a delay. There's a little bit of delay when I click on something before you see it.
Oh, that's all right. Because yeah, I'm coming overseas. But that's another stuff. Now, what's it called? I would select partitions to entire disk, so that will resize the C drive and various partitions.
Okay.
So partition is a bit like a section of a pie or a cake.
Okay.
Yep.
So target disk layout. So this is what the new disk is going to look like. So the C
Correct.
drive is going to be 893 gigabytes in size.
Correct.
Whereas, can we see under here? The C
The
drive
old-
previously was 446 gigabytes.
Yes. What you can also do is you just set copy without resizing is a direct copy without resize.
Yeah. Okay. So perhaps if he might choose to do that if he actually wanted to have a D drive.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, but so Mike,
Yes.
are we correct in assuming that you want all of this extra space to be available on your C drive?
If it's possible, yes.
Yep.
Because
Yes, good.
what happened afterwards, I would disconnect my C drive to put the do drive on my C drive.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly
All right.
what I do with clients. Yep.
Very good. What do I do next, Sam?
You can hit next in the bottom right.
Okay.
Then down below you've got next. Yep.
And then finish. To boot from the new disk,
Yes.
please configure computer BIOS setting. Make sure the new disk is configured as the default boot disk.
Correct. Yep.
All right.
And it finished. Yep. And then you'll see it. You can close this window if you don't need it.
This registration window, I'll close it with the X in the upper right corner.
Correct.
And it looks to me like my click of the finish button didn't take.
Maybe hit finish down below.
Yeah. came back to this registration window.
Maybe they want you to pay for it now, because I don't have to pay for it. Close the window.
Unlock advanced features. Pro, Platinum, Pro, Platinum.
They want you to pay for it now. Okay. They want you to pay for it.
Unlock advanced features. So it's cloning, copy OS disk partition.
Paid
So
feature now. Oh, God.
it looks like
Now
they're
paid feature.
charging now, and you weren't aware of that because you've been
No.
using your own tool. Your
Yeah,
own,
I'm using an old
copy of
version.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Now I've got a reset of clients. There's three alternatives anyway.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to go back to Macrium Reflect. And I'm not
Yeah,
going to
that's
take
fine.
any other suggestions from the chat room because I don't want to get hung up with another glitch in this. We're going to move on and get it done with what I know is going to work. So anytime I click the finish button, it takes us into forcing that purchase. Now it's interesting. Up here in the upper left corner, Mini Partition Wizard free.
Yes.
It's a free version up here, but apparently cloning is not included in the free version. That's the way you're understanding this, right?
Correct. Yep.
Wow. All right. Well, let's move along then.
Yep. I know Samsung has their own SSD software. I've used once or twice before for cloning, which is free.
Well, I'm going to go ahead with what I know.
Fine, yeah.
I know
The
inside
Samsung
out.
has
So
their own.
I'm going to quit the program here. And Chris Garrett says only someone who's confused would do the copy backwards. Well, a novice, somebody doesn't know what they're doing, may not feel that they're confused. So they might not think that they're confused. They just don't understand what's going on. And okay, so here's YouTube. Going to go to a new tab. So their website is Macrium, MACRIUM.com. Hard for me to speak and type at the same time. And then scroll down, we get home solutions on the left and business solutions on the right. I didn't actually need to scroll. That kind of messed things up when I did that. Clicking on home solutions. Now, one of these times I'm going to go demonstrate this, and they're going to have turned to a subscription model, huh? And actually, when you go to look at this, it kind of looks like that now. Here's a single license got a price, and a 4-pack got a license. There's a 30-day free trial. We don't want any of those. Let's go, and this shows Macrium Reflect 8 Home Edition, which you either have to pay for or subscribe to. That's not what we want. And trying to scroll around here to find it. The website is a little different design now, so now I'm getting a little nervous. Macrium Reflect, it should be Macrium Reflect 7.
8's out now for free.
Solution highlights. Okay. So from their main website, I'm not seeing it. If I go on to products, here we go. Personal Reflect free. So from the landing page of their website, that doesn't have it. So then down here, it actually has, every time I hit my scroll wheel, it goes too far. Let me try this. I want to show this first set of panels. They actually have a commercial free version. And then Macrium Reflect Workstation Trial, that's going to have a trial period, and then you pay for it. Macrium Reflect 8 Workstation, where you buy now. None of those three are what we're looking for now. And here we're getting to what we want is the Reflect Free. And when we select this, we're in that Home section. It's actually going to give us another chance to specify commercial or home, but this will be a free version. And it does create images of running operating system drives. So download free. I need a personal free license or a commercial free license. I click on the personal free. I'm not going to enter an email address, and you might not realize that you don't have to. So you can just click continue without putting an email address, so you're not going to get their junk mail. Nice of them to offer that to let us do that. And then I'm going to click Save File. Okay, and I just muted Mike because he's having a conversation with somebody. Let's see. So then Macrium software, thank you for downloading. Close that. The download. Let's go up here to the hamburger menu in the upper right corner and click on downloads. And I see I've got that blocked by picture-in-picture, so I'm going to move that. Yeah, so here's the hamburger menu and downloads. Let's see. Chavi Manor says you can download clone app from the manufacturer of the SSD. I'm not a big fan of doing that. I'd rather use something that I know over and over and over so I don't have to go to a different app each time. So then double click on that. Macrium Reflect, the download agent. Here's the a choice where you can choose either the free version or nothing else. No other choice there, kind of weird. Where you want to save it to, run the installer, and there's no changes to make there. So just click download, and it's downloading that. And Sam, you just put in a URL for the full
Free version.
Free version address. Thank you.
That might help save that.
Yeah. So somebody can go straight to that.
Correct.
And I'm going to put the chat room on screen on the video so that that can be seen by people watching the video later. This link right here. Now, somebody watching the video later won't be able to click on that link. If I am disciplined enough, I'll put that link into the show notes of this video. Actually, if I copy that and paste that into the show notes, then it's going to have all that extra.
Sure, it might, but
yeah, I could just go type it in there. That's easy enough to remember. Okay, so here's what we got next on Mike's computer. We got the user account control, so we click yes to authorize that.
Yeah.
Sam, you said you got Reflect 8 for free. Wasn't that a trial version?
No, I got installed a few days ago, but if I open Macrium Reflect, it says 8 and it's free.
And it doesn't appear to be a trial version?
Doesn't seem to be a trial.
Interesting. All right. Welcome to the free edition setup wizard, and then accept the terms. And then here's what free edition license do you require? So here's where you again have the choice of home versus commercial. Not sure why somebody would want to choose commercial over home or what the significance is of the difference between them. And then here's another place for register this. You don't have to do that. Thank you, Macrium Reflect. I appreciate that. And then click next. And do we want a desktop shortcut? Well, we would if Mike wants to use this to perform backups in the future, perhaps. But if this is a one-time thing where we're just going to perform the clone operation, then I would not do that. Mike, do you want a shortcut on your desktop for that? I've got you muted right now. Mike, I've got you muted right now. You'll have to click to unmute yourself.
Hello?
Yeah, now I can hear you. I muted you while you guys were having a conversation there, so we weren't listening in on your conversation.
Oh, no, because to tell you the truth, it's only one second to do this, so I don't need to have a...
All right, you don't need a link.
No.
Which also means we might want to go uninstall it after we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
Because I don't want to I don't want to by mistake do that and I get everything mixed up again.
okay, yeah, yeah.
Because it's new for me. Like I say, it's new, so I don't know
Okay.
nothing about that. Even though I do know a little bit about computers, but things like that, I don't have no idea how it works.
Oh, I think that's a good choice then. We should not leave it, no desktop shortcut, and we're not going to leave it installed on the computer. So clicking next and click install. Let's see. Completing the macron-free edition setup wizard, and Chavi, we'll come back to your question once we get the clone operation going. And then, we can do launch now. That's fine. Click finish. All right, so here's the program. The updater,
Yeah, I would update.
I don't care to
I would
update.
update.
Pardon?
I would update.
You would? After
Yeah.
doing a fresh download?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do it.
We fix bugs and it shouldn't take too long. No, it's quicker where you are compared to me.
All right. All right. My reasoning behind not updating it was that this is a one-time operation, and the chances that there's anything wrong with a basic clone operation is really minimal. Ready to patch. So this is ready to, this is actually going to do the patch.
Yep.
Oh, Sam, you got Reflect 8 from a different website, not from the manufacturer. I see.
Yeah, correct. Well, I use Softpedia, which is a free mirror for a lot of programs.
And then patch successful.
Yep, hit finish and they can open the program. Yep.
Okay, so you're starting to talk through this. Do you know your way through this? Do you want to?
No, I don't
Guide
know.
us?
I don't know my way too much. I've only
Okay.
started using it on my laptop.
All right, it's pretty easy. We just click on we've got a blue line, a darker blue line around disk 1, not around disk 2. Clone this disk and image this disk. Those two links are right underneath this section. If we click on the new drive, then we get those options for that drive. That's not what we want. We want to be doing the operation on this drive.
Yep.
So then we're going to say clone this disk. Now image this disk would be to create an image to like a backup drive that we could restore to another disk. But we want to clone directly from this disk to the second disk. So here's showing the source disk, local disk. So these are the partitions that are on that source drive, 446 gigabyte. You always want to look at these numbers and verify that you're seeing the numbers that you expect to see.
Yep.
And down here we're going to select a disk to clone to. So we click on this and it's going to show us whatever disks are available that are a sufficient size to accept it. If you got some other disk that's too small, I don't think it'll even show up here. But again, we look at the gigabyte size and be sure that, that's what I'm expecting to see. So now we've got our source up here and we've got our destination down here. At this point, we could click Copy Selected Partitions. And what that'll do is that'll give a visual representation here that looks the same as this. We don't have to do that step. That's just in case you want to do some extra fussing, like changing the sizes of the partitions. And that is something that we should do, because we want this C drive to fill up the available space. If we just click next, then I don't think it's going to do that, but we're going to get it. We would get another visual representation. So if I click Copy Selected Partitions, see, it's given us this 446 gigabyte C drive, which is the same as this, and it's got all this unused space here. So what we can do is click on Cloned Partition Properties and move things around. Now this is showing us the D drive. I'm going to cancel that and try it. I think I can just drag this. Can I?
Or can I click on the C drive first, then maybe select clone partition properties?
Well, we need to move, I think we need to move that partition. Actually, no, here's the easier way. I've done this a few times. Okay, so I'm going to undo this. And because I know I want to fuss with the partitions, I'm going to bring these down one at a time. Well, actually, let's do two. We can do these two, bring them down, and now change the right border of this partition. We want to change it so it takes up this space except for enough room for that 420 megabyte, I'll call it 505 megabyte partition. So I've got this partition selected right now. See the line under it? It's kind of underlined. If I click over here on this one, you see the underline over here. So I've got this partition underlined right now, and then click Cloned Partition Properties. So now it's showing me only that 446, and I can drag this border to the right. So I'd have to say that this stuff for manipulating the partition this way is not intuitive. And your partition cloner that just automatically took all the space that it could is easier.
Yeah.
So then free space. I need enough free space for that last partition, which is 505 megabytes. So you see right here. So I can just type 510 and change to megabytes. That didn't work because I did it in the wrong sequence. I should have changed to megabytes first. See if I change this to megabytes. 505. In fact, I probably could have done this instead of dragging the border. Yeah. So we don't actually see that little sliver anymore. Click OK. But here it shows us the 503 megabytes. But notice this is not what? Proportional. 505 megabytes is just a tiny sliver compared to 893 gigabytes. They're showing much larger space here than it actually is. So now what I do is come up here and put a check mark in this partition and copy the selected partitions. Not copied, insufficient space. Yeah, let's make that a little bit bigger. I'm just going to click this up arrow to increment that bar bigger. There's 513. That should be plenty. See if that'll work. Not copied, insufficient space. All right, what's going on? And I will have to admit to previous experiences with having to fuss with this. Let's see, is it because I still had this on? Those check marks are gray. Copy selected partitions. It's actually not necessary because the Windows, I think, brings that back on its own. Let's go look at the next. So the copy selected partitions, when I click next, I'm going to remove that check mark and go to the next screen and see what we've got. If you wish to run this clone again, it's not showing anything there. Let's see, with the check mark on, if I go next, what do we get? Not copied, insufficient, not all copied. So I've got to take off that check mark, click next, and next. Here's showing the operation. So it's operation 1 and 2. And I know I've had times that I've gone back and done the third partition after the first two partitions are completed. And I think there's probably a smoother way to do this than what I've just done, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, I see another donation from Tony Wallow. Thank you for $4.99. And
US.
not going to save the backup, and we'll run this backup now. Following drives will be overwritten. All target volume data will be overwritten. Confirm to proceed. So we put the check mark there and click continue. Now, there was a question that came up in chat, at least one I know. We're going to let that run for a while. We'll come back and check on it later. And let's see. I'm gonna switch. How do I want to do this? Yeah, okay, so I'm going to switch back to Zoom for a moment, and I'm going to give Mike his Zoom session back and his YouTube video back so he can watch through there. And I guess he doesn't, I guess, Mike, you don't need the Zoom session video. You can just watch the YouTube video, because I'm going to go back to the chat window and then bring my computer number 2 back up. Yeah, this was Javi Manor asks, what disks are installed in this computer? Well, that would be the source disk is installed in this computer. The one that we're cloning to, I think that's connected by a USB connection. Is that right, Mike?
No, it's connected directly in the computer.
Okay, so it is inside the computer.
Yes.
So the 2 drives are inside the computer. Now, Javi might have been asking actually what brand and model disks are inside the computer. Do you know the answer to that question, Mike?
Yes. The C drive is a Kingston. And the other drive is a Samsung.
Okay, so we're going from a Kingston SSD to a Samsung SSD.
That's right.
And these are the 2.5-inch SATA SSDs, are they?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's see what else we got here. So there again, there's Tony Wallow. Yay, Tony. Looking for orange. Scorpio, drag the last partition down to the disk 2. Okay, so I clicked on copy, but I didn't try dragging it. I think that will do the same thing. And
But
yes,
I think before you change it, I think you spot it failed.
You think I did what?
No, before you change, so there was something in the background that was marked failed.
Oh, something failed before I
Yes.
switched screens? Yeah, it looks like George is telling me the same thing, that the clone failed. So we'll get back to that in a moment here.
Okay.
Drag the last partition down. So a couple people Scopio says that he thinks that would have solved it. Always use the latest. Gary, Windows 10 or 11, GPT has 4 partitions. And clone failed. Well, I think we saw these were MBR partitions, not GPT. All right, so then let's come back to Mike's computer and bring this up and minimize video. Clone failed, error 8. Write failed, access denied. Okay, Mike, I think you've already tried some method to clone to this new disk, didn't you?
No.
No, you haven't?
No.
Okay. So let's see, we got new volume, primary clone this disk, actions. Image this partition, file system property, analyze file partition, enable change block. Is there something wrong with this? Now, up here we see that Kingston MBR right here. So it's an MBR. Disk 2 is already look like MBR.
Yep. Both MBR.
Yeah. So then let's go try again. Clone this disk. Select a disk to clone to. Select this disk. And I'll just go ahead and try dragging one at a time down. Drag this one down. Make it bigger. Let's change, let's see if I do it this way. Type in megabytes. Actually, I'm going to go be a little more aggressive and a little bit easier to do. I'm just going to put in 1 gigabyte of free space. So that gives us 1 gigabyte here. So then can I drag this one down the way that Scopio 1000 was recommending? Yes, that worked. Now, is that what did it though? If I go back and put a check mark here and copy selected partitions, that doesn't work. So that was the correct solution. So now we've got a method that will work there. Let's fix that a little bit better. Cloned partition properties. Let's go to, let's say, 520 megabytes of free space. 520, tab key, click OK, and then drag that down. Boom! It worked. All right, Scopio 1000. Yay! Can anybody claim that that was intuitive to do it that way? Nope. Nope. Macrium Reflect gets one of these for intuitive design. Now, but is it going to work? So we'll go ahead on next and see if it'll start, and we'll wait for a little while to see if it works. So clicking next, and finish. Not going to save it. Click OK. Warning, following drives will be overwritten. All target will be overwritten. I remember doing this piece, so I did do that. I'll wait till we see it off and running. Clone field 8. All right, so let's go search that. Help Google. Reminds me of when the turtle says, "Help Mr. Wizard." Why am I not getting... Oh, here's the browser. Go to a new tab. Search with Google down here.
Ah, yeah, that's Google.
Does anybody remember that error message?
I think it was...
Here it is. Clone failed error 8.
Yeah,
so,
right, yeah.
Macrium, Reflect, clone, whoops, failed error 8. It showed up in the address bar. I'm going to Control A to select all, Control C to copy that. I'll go ahead and hit enter, and we did get a Google search anyway. Macrium Reflect error 0 or error 8, very likely caused by bad sectors. So you can check the disk for bad sectors first. If the error is related to read data, you should check the source disk. If it's related to write data, select the destination disk. Well, that sounds rather believable. Clone failed, error 8. Does it say read or write anywhere? Clone failed, error 8. If I float over the I, do I get any detail balloon? No. Guess I'm hiding that under the picture-in-picture. So if I click OK on that, here it is, write failed. Clone failed, error 8, write failed, 5, access is denied. That's a more specific message. I'm going to drag that over to the left and
To be write protected.
down. Well, that's a possibility. It's hard to imagine how that disk would be write protected in my
Seen that
book.
before in USBs.
So control, yeah, with USB, sure.
Yeah.
Clone, failed, error 8, write, failed 5, access is denied. Checking my spelling. Control A, Control C to copy that in case I need it again. How to fix macro reflect clone failed error. That's from appals.com. ubackup 5 ways to fix. Solution, that's from ubackup.com. What do you want to guess their first fix is to use their software?
Maybe, maybe not.
True.
Yeah.
Access is denied. Reddit, Tom's Hardware. Certainly a lot of search results. I'm going to right click on this one, open link in new tab. And I'm going to scroll down and get a kind of an awareness of this site, get an idea whether there's a whole bunch of advertising on it or not. Not a lot. Are there comments from people? No. Whoops, what was there? No. No comments. Third-party alternatives. Check the drive connection. Ignore bad sectors. Create an image instead of cloning. Which, sorry about that, my hand slipped. Bad sectors. I'm going to come up here and click page up at a time instead of dragging it. Create an image instead of cloning. Disable antivirus. I'm going to maximize that. There's a disk part commands going on. Clean up destination disk. Check disk /R. Check the disk for bad sectors. What causes the macro reflect error? So one of the things when you get search results on technical topics is the article could be just there for the purpose of trying to bring traffic to that site. And it might not be in response to people actually having this trouble on computers. So I try to get a high level awareness first. This expert tip is a pop-up. If the issue with your computer or laptop, you should try using Restro. See, what they want to do is they're just pushing another program, right? Did I hear you sigh?
Yeah, they're driving you their version.
Yeah.
It's like another website said ESUS, another software.
Yeah, so now we're going to look at the first paragraph. Macro Reflect is a disk imaging backup software. It creates backups images using them. Volume Shadow Copy Service backups replicates entire partitions. The click of a button. Now, I need to scroll down a slower pace. Scopio says it is sometimes preferred to create an image and restore the image to the new disk. Yeah, that's definitely an option. The way, if we don't have another disk on hand, the way I would do it is partition one of these two disks to create another partition to utilize for that purpose. We have enough free space to do it. Sam Van Thiel says, check the messages above. Sam, it helps a lot if you would just, well, okay, so I do see it's in orange, as long as it's in orange. Let's go look and see what they put in, because chat room is very helpful with this kind of stuff, and particularly after I spent a little while chasing it down, come up with really helpful stuff. So let's move again, picture in picture out of the way. Okay, so how far up am I going to go? Okay, the clone failed. We saw that. Let's see. I don't think that's specific regarding the 100 meg, 16 meg, full size 900 meg. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to say there, Gary. Should be cloned with Samsung Magician software or Acronis? No, we don't need to jump to a different product just because they ran into a glitch here. Error 8 messages from Macrium's site. Okay, that's a good one. Kingston, he's trying to drive me to a different product. No, I'm not going to do that, Javi. Haven't used Macrium Reflect for some time, but I don't recall having to jump through all of the hoops. I have used it a lot, and it's running through the hoop, jumping through hoops is not necessarily the fault of the software. Just because you run into a problem using a particular software, that doesn't mean it's the fault of that software. We may have some other issue going on with the drives. Don't be too quick to be judgmental. Sam, I think that the new drive is write protected. I would do disk part clean. Okay, disk part clean, that's a quick, easy thing to do. That is super quick and easy to do. I'm liking that one a lot. Clean with disk part from Wintermute. Format the new SSD with mini Partition Wizard. Not crazy about that one. That came from Sam Lazar. What do you think about his advice, Sam? Oh, wait a minute, that's you.
I like my advice.
Do you like your advice? Are you partial? Are you partial to your own advice?
Not always. I've done that
format needs clean. I really like the disk part clean because that's so quick and easy to do.
Yeah, quick and easy.
Sometimes prefer to create an image and restore the image to the new disk. I read that one before, and but that was going to take a while. That will take a long time to do. As far as something to try. So it seems foolish to not try the disk part clean first. And Sam saying check the ones above. Disk part clean. I don't even know how to write protect an SSD. And I don't know how you do that.
Hard drive.
Pardon?
I think it's the same as a USB. I think I did that once by accident.
Is there a slider tab on it on an SSD drive? I don't know of any slider tab.
No, in software. You can actually write protect in software.
In software? Okay. So the only way that would have happened if that was done somehow to this drive before Mike received it.
Yep. Doubt that.
Let's see. I'll check the messages above. I would use Samsung Semiconductor at this point. I'm not ready to go to that. That's again from that Sam character.
Official Samsung software.
And then retyping. And now it could have the same problem. We could go through all of its steps to do a clone, and it could have the same problem if this is not a problem with the cloning software. So retyping the new SSD as GPT as needs to be cleaned before. Retyping that new SSD as a GPT when his source is MBR. I'm not crazy about that. I'd rather convert the MBR to GPT using the tool that's built into Windows for doing that, rather than doing that through the cloning operation. And then we also have to deal with BIOS setting, don't we? Chris, could be bad SATA or SATA not connected good. Gary, what rights does the user have? Microsoft account or whatever? Well, it's a local computer. I don't think we'd have rights involved. It's a home computer. You should check SATA cables. Try copy and pasting something to the drive. Also check for bad connection on the SATA port. If there's a bad connection, we should be able to see that in doing the clean operation from disk part.
Douglas?
Pardon, Jim? Mike?
Douglas?
Yes, Mike.
I really tried to copy something on the Samsung drive, and it does copy.
Oh, but you have already done something with the Samsung drive.
No, I haven't, because I was trying to see if something's going to work. So what I did, I put like my music on it to see if it's going to go.
Okay.
It does go. It does go okay. Then after that, I deleted it.
Okay. That what I mean when I say that you have done something with it, you haven't tried to clone to it,
No.
but
no,
you have copied files to it. So it's not
Yes.
brand new out of the box.
No.
Okay. That points me more towards doing the clean operation. Not well, yeah. that's really enough said. Yeah,
Sorry about
GPT
that.
is UEFI.
Yep.
And so we might have to change a setting in BIOS for the computer to recognize it, and it needs the partition itself needs to be converted to that. Suggest deleting all the partitions. Yes, do disk part then clean. Okay, so let's go do that. I've got highlighted there my last item on chat, and Gary again if he's logging in as a Microsoft account. But that's not going to limit his rights on his own computer.
I am not. I have a Microsoft account, but my computer is not the Microsoft account.
Okay. Current C drive is MBR, so you either clean the new drive and clone or do a clean install of Windows 10 after changing to UEFI. Well, except one other option is we can do the MBR to GPT. Windows has a built-in tool that will do that. Microsoft has a tool for doing that. So it's not true that the only way to go to UEFI is to do a clean install. You're saying either you clean the new drive and clone, that's going to make the new drive MBR, or do a clean install. Now, my inclination is to clone to MBR, and then if we want to, we could convert it to GPT and have to change UEFI in the BIOS. I'm not a big fan of doing that unless Mike feels that for his user needs he wants to do that, but UEFI isn't gonna do a whole lot for a normal end user. Some of you are gonna get upset at that comment. This part, okay, we gotta move on. Oh, Sam, you're still typing in there. You're keeping me in the chat room. See how you are?
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm leaving the chat room. Okay, so let's go do this. Let's go do this disk part clean. Let's see. I've got minimizing stuff.
Close it.
I got to close this thing first.
Yeah.
Close this error message. Now, we really didn't go very far as those search results on Google.
Yeah.
So we're just dealing on the new drive, so I don't even have to exit Macrium Reflect. Although Macrium Reflect is addressing that drive, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll close Macrium.
Yeah, let's close it. Let's close it. Because that might freak somebody out. Anyway, so this part. How about command prompt administrator rights, or do you like what you might call it, PowerShell?
Should be both the same in this case.
Yeah, in this case it works fine. I believe. It's not like I do this every week. So then answering yes. Let's see how far we get by memory. So disk part. So this is actually going to take me into essentially what I think of as the operating system for disk part. So now we have a prompt for disk part. Then we can do list disk. Is it plural or singular? Singular works. So here's the disks. We got a 0 and we've got a 1. So we're going to select disk 1 so that we can do operations on that. Neither of these have an asterisk next to them right now. So we could type the entire word select or just SELE and then the number of the disk that we want. I don't think I have to include the word disk, do I? I'm not sure. Yep, I do, because it gave me the help system. So SLE DISK space 1, Disk 1 is now the selected disk. Let's move this picture or thumbnail out of the way. And then, if I do list disk, we get an asterisk next to disk 1, which indicates it is selected. So then the clean command, I think it's just clean. I don't even think I need to specify it, but I'm going to say clean space help. That should get me help commands for it. Arguments specified are not valid. So how about up arrow and then do clean / question mark? Does that get the help? Nope. Let's see. How about just help from the disk part prompt? Okay, so then scrolling up. This is scrolling all over on me, all around on me. There's stuff coming up in chat. I can see out my peripheral vision. Somebody's sitting there yelling at their screen, telling me the answer, because they know it off the top of their head, right? You know they do. Let's see. Current C drive is MBR. Clean the new drive. Clean install. Change after UA. Okay, so that's one that I saw already. Scrolling down to clean. I don't see an orange. I see things coming up in chat, but they're not in orange, so I'm not going to read them. Clear the configuration information, all the information off the disk. Let's see, disk help. That's not actually showing the syntax. Clean. Clear the configuration information off the disk. So it should just be clean enter to do the currently selected disk. Clean or clean override, Scopio saying, and Sam saying it's just clean. That was Sam Ventile. Help clean. See, I would like to display the help system correctly, because I think that's a good thing to put into the video. So clean all, clean help. Okay, so it doesn't have any required parameters. The all is an optional parameter. On master boot record disks, only the MBR partitioning information and hidden sector information are overwritten. On GUID partition table disks, the GPT partitioning information, including the protective MBR, is overwritten. In fact, it's kind of worth pointing out, there is an element of MBR in a GPT partition. If the all parameter is not used, the first 1 megabyte and the last 1 megabyte of the disk are zeroed. This erases any disk formatting that had been previously applied to the disk. The disk state after cleaning the disk is uninitialized. Therefore, with an MBR partition in particular, I think we should be doing all. Specifies that each and every byte sector on the disk is set to 0, which completely deletes all data contained on the disk. It gets more thorough when we think something is amiss about the disk. If we don't do all, it's going to be quicker. But on an MBR disk, it's only going to do the MBR partitioning information and hidden sector information that are overwritten. How do you feel about that, Sam Lazar?
Yep, seems fine to me. I don't really use command prompts much, but yeah, it seems fine.
I mean, my question is, do you think that we should include the word all?
I think so, because you're deleting every partition on the solid state drive.
It will take longer because it writes zeros to every byte on that partition, and it's a big partition. If we just do clean, it's very quick, and we can very quickly go test it to see if that was enough of a solution.
Yep. So maybe the quick option first.
I'm thinking quick option.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Because yes, it can take a long time. So, clean and enter. Disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk. It's done. Over with. That's all it was. Now, let's, I don't need to unselect as long as I'm going to completely exit disk part. So I'm typing X and exit and press enter twice. Get all the way out of the DOS prompt. And then, let's see. Yeah, Alt-Tab's not going to work to get me back to Macrium because we closed it. So I'm going to hit the Windows key and then start typing Macrium. And that's just showing me the file folder. And actually I should type, I'm going to backspace over that, gets me there quicker to type reflect. And that's the executable to launch reflect program. Jim says a clean all will take quite some time. I'm in total agreement.
Yeah.
And I have done that recently. I think I showed that on a video for a disk that I was cleaning so that a client could return a laptop to Dell. And that client got over $200, less than $300 to return that used Dell laptop. Run installer directly after. Oh, this is going to download. No, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do.
First start and actually find it. Should be a recently installed program.
Yeah, here we go. Right up here. There's an easiest way. Just go to recently added.
Top one.
Yep, right there. Somebody's laughing at me for not going straight to that. Oh, it's you. Sam laughed at me. You just laughed at me.
No.
All right.
I didn't mean it like that.
So then we'll go clone this disk. And yeah, let's see. I need to do it this way. I was contemplating just copying the whole thing, but let's go the right way. If you select a different disk, your current disk operations. Wait a minute. Why did I get that? Oh, that's because I didn't select a disk to restore to first. Select a different disk, your disk operations will be discarded. Yeah, that's fine. So here's the disk we're going to. And then remove this check mark, copy selected partitions, click on this partition, cloned partition properties. I'm going to do the quick, easy way. No, I'm not. Let's change this to megabytes, and we'll go ahead and do 550 megabytes. We know that's enough. Tab, click OK. And then drag this one down. That's all good. Am I seeing... chat's been quiet for a while. Just checking to make sure if I'm scrolled all the way down. I got the right stuff showing on screen. Click next. Click next. And click finish.
Yep.
Run this back up now. Not going to save it. Click OK. All right.
Let's see if this works.
Boom. Current progress is moving. What is that? D is on
unavailable. An error.
If the location is on this PC, make sure the device is connected or the disk is inserted, then try again. If the location is on the network, make sure you're connected to the network or internet, then try again. If the location still can't be found, it might have been moved or deleted. All right, let's scroll around. Operation 2 of 3 is the C drive. What is it thinking of as D?
Something else.
Why is it even thinking that there is a D?
No. There's only a C drive, and the other two partitions on the original drives got no drive letter.
There is no D logical drive anywhere. Overall progress 1%, current progress 1%. It kind of looks like it's still trying to go. Operation 2, partition type, checking, processing, volume check. There's 2%. It's going. It's running.
Yeah, but Douglas.
Yes.
I could see that on the second disk, you don't have a check on it.
On the second disk.
There's no check on it. I don't know what you're referring to. Are you? Oh, there's no check mark here? Yes.
Oh, well, that's because we're not trying to clone this disk. That's a destination, so there should not be a check mark there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Reasonable question.
Yeah.
Yep.
OK.
Wow.
Non, parce que c'était des choses, et était dans mon des questions, tout ça. J'ai dit, parce que c'est nouveau pour moi.
Hein? C'est des choses
Okay.
qu'on a aussi.
Ouais.
And I'm going to mute you, Mike, so that you can have that conversation. And you can, Mike, you can unmute yourself anytime you choose to in the upper right corner of your screen. Oh, actually, you can't because I'm not showing you that screen. Let's do while we're doing this, Mike. Mike, I've got the mouse for a minute. Let me do this with you. And this is kind of probably educational to other people. I'm bringing up the Zoom window on Mike's computer. And then, so that doesn't keep jumping around. I've got the mouse, Mike. Mike, let me have the mouse. So here I put Mike on gallery view. So Mike, over here on the bottom left corner of your screen, I'm clicking on the mute button to look at settings here. And here's audio settings. And then what I'm looking for is that option for the space bar. See this where it says right here, press and hold space key to temporarily unmute yourself. That already has a check mark. So Mike, when I have you muted, you can simply press the space bar on your keyboard to unmute yourself. So go ahead and test that for me.
Alors, testing 1, 2.
Yep, that works. So now let go of your space bar and you're muted. So that means anytime you want to speak, even if the Zoom session is minimized, you can just press the space bar to unmute yourself. That way you have a little more flexibility for having conversations there. So now that I have your Zoom session minimized, Mike, go ahead and try the space bar again for me to test that.
Testing 1, 2.
Perfect. So anyone else that's joining in the Zoom session, when you want to put yourself on mute, can use that space to unmute option so that you're not interfering the session with your background noise. So this is going to take a while. And that gives us opportunity to let other people come into the Zoom session. Let's go see who's there. Well, how about that? Nobody else is there. Blackwatch gave up. So if anyone else wants the credentials to come into the Zoom session, send me an email, DougBetts@LiveWindowsTraining.com, to ask for the Zoom credentials, and I'll send it to you by email. And they might be in there already. I haven't got to my email yet to check on it. Let's see, is it in here? Yes, it is.
One thing to note, when I was joining the Zoom session, the link didn't work in multiple web browsers, so I had to do it manually by typing the meeting ID and passcode.
Oh, that's interesting.
That worked. I could be in Australia, so that could be an issue.
Could be.
Anyway, I got it.
Let's see. So I've got no requests in email currently. Then let's get back to, let's see. I'm on the wrong screen on my computer. That's still there. We're still showing that copy operation. So on my computer number 2, I'm going to bring chat up on screen. See if there's any other topics for us to talk about. 70% Macrium Reflect. Now that
they would have turned.
Now that the other one failed to work, did more people jump in on this? Let's see. It doesn't tell me how many people voted, does it? 20 votes up here. Yeah, it does.
No, it has
20 votes.
Right.
So 70% of 20 said Macrium Reflect and 30% for Mini Partition Wizard. Let's end that poll. And then I'm going to scroll up to see if I can find my highlighted. Nope, I lost my highlight. My highlight marks where I left off in chat. So now I got to figure out where I left off. It's lower than that. Somebody just came into the green room. I'll let you in a moment. New drive right protected disk part. Could be bad SATA, deleting all partitions. Yeah, that's 240, 248, almost done. A clean all takes some time. There was a D before, it's copying now. Okay, so maybe Macrium Reflect saw a D drive before we did the clean. No, because we relaunched Macrium after the D was there. That was an Explorer error, not Macrium. Macrium is working. Oh. All right. Greg Guy. Hi, Greg. Watching from St. Mary County, Maryland, U.S. Navy retired. I've seen Greg Guy before. Or maybe I recognize Greg Guy from Carrie's channel. I don't know. Macrium Reflect Partition Wizard. What is that? Oh, that was the results of the vote.
Yeah, the poll ending.
Yeah. So, Greg, somehow I recognize your name. I'm going to turn you blue, whether you like it or not. And BH Rainer's there. I'm sorry. I apologize to anyone that I haven't noticed your name in chat and haven't said hello to. So let's go see who is here. Scopio, check the discs in disk. Yes, Mike.
Is it possible you could put me in blue too?
Oh, absolutely, Mike. Thank you for asking. Mike, let's see. I need to have you show up in chat to do that. So I'm going to do that on your computer for you. Watch this. This is going to be fun. I'm going to bring up my remote control to Mike's computer, and I'm going to Alt-Tab to the browser on Mike's computer. Then I'm going to go click on the video, and then this is going to do the mirror in mirror thing and get all weird and crazy on us. And well, let's see, Mike's not signed in, so we got to sign Mike into his YouTube because it can't make you blue unless you're signed in. So Mike, can you go ahead and sign in there, and I'm going to take you off screen while you sign in so this doesn't go out over YouTube. And while doing that, I'll switch over and bring somebody else into Zoom. There's Jim and Ken. Admit Jim and admit Ken.
Okay.
Hello, Jim, I hear you. And hello, Ken, I see you. I don't hear you yet.
Hello.
There you are. Please be sure to mute yourselves when you have background noise.
Yeah, I muted my YouTube, so we should be good.
Well, I'm meaning mute your microphone if you have background noise.
Oh yeah, no,
It's kind of good.
Yeah.
Good practice to do that anyway. I like that space bar to unmute if you're not talking often.
You can also do remove background noise on Zoom. There's a feature to do that.
Yeah, but that makes my computer work harder. And
True.
my computer does not want to work harder.
Yeah.
It is a second generation i7.
Oofed.
And it's doing live streaming. It's recording. Also local to my hard drive is also hosting Zoom. And yeah,
so under load.
And right now it's showing 36% CPU, 37, 39. You can see the numbers at the bottom of the YouTube video.
Oh yeah.
That's the CPU and the GPU of my streaming computer.
That's an old GPU. Oy,
yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And this computer's keeping up.
That's good.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Now coming back to Mike's computer. So here's the chat over here. So I'm clicking on the chat screen. I'm going to pop out chat on Mike's screen. so it covers over the video, and maximize it. And then use Control+ sign to make it bigger. So this is the chat screen on Mike's computer. And here it says, Mike Paradin, say something. So what Mike is going to say,
Hello.
hey at Live Windows Training-DougBetts. So it shows up in orange because we know he's not going to notice it if we don't put him in orange. So you put that at sign, type LIV, and then click on me. Ken, you interrupted me. What'd you say?
I said, is that a sign of confusion?
Yeah. I'm bringing back our old friend about, does he know what he's doing? He seems confused. So this is going to confuse him more. All right. So, hey, Live Windows Training-DougBetts, why haven't you made me blue yet? ... Huh? Now, somebody watching this video later could think that, gee, Mike was being really rude to Doug by typing it out that way. They might think that if they see the chat room message before they hear me actually putting this into the chat room myself.
Right.
Because that comes off rude, doesn't it? All right, so now I'm going to come back to my chat window. I can figure out how to get there because I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. So here, oh, look at this. Mike Paradin has sent a message to me. He says, hey, Live Windows Training-DougBetts, why haven't you made me blue yet? Well, Mike, there's no reason why I haven't done that. So I'm going to come out here to the 3 dots on the right-hand side. And I'm going to move the picture-in-picture out of the way because I'm just going to show people, because there's some people going to watch this video that doesn't understand how this stuff works. So I'm going to come out here and I'm going to say Add Moderator. And then I'm going to give Mike Paradin the lecture that I have not been very disciplined about giving. I need to let you know, Mike, this gives you the right, this gives you the capability of blocking somebody else or hiding somebody else or deleting somebody else's message because you are a moderator. And I want to tell you that I want you to not use that very much. I don't like people using that unless it's really vulgar stuff. And then I want you to bring my attention to it so that I can deal with it directly. I like dealing with that stuff myself directly because sometimes they're just saying something mean about me. And that's okay. I don't mind that at all. So I might have a little different perspective on what's considered to be a troll. But when you see some of you have deleted messages that are really vulgar, and absolutely go ahead and do that. But do bring my attention to it because I will go hide that person from the channel forever. Okay, so here now back on Mike's chat room, doesn't look to be blue yet, but I'm gonna say Mike types thanks Doug exclamation mark. And then where's those smiley emojis? Over here, we're going to click on emojis and click on one of these smiley emojis. How happy is Mike? Which one do we give him?
He looks pretty happy.
He looks pretty happy. I'm not going to do one of these kissing ones. Sorry, I'm just not going down that road. Happy. This one looks good. That one looks kind of surprised. This one just looks happy.
Happy, joy, happy, joy.
Yep, and there's the little musical tune that goes along with it that you just heard. Now you can see Mike is blue.
Ah.
You see that, Mike? Mike, press your space bar. Did you see that? I'm still not hearing from Mike.
No, he's still muted.
Press your spacebar, Mike. You should be able to unmute yourself. Or maybe a spacebar is functioning in a different program. Could that be?
Yeah.
The spacebar didn't work because his computer's not active. Now I just clicked on the Zoom video, the thumbnail for Zoom. Try your spacebar now, Mike. Still not.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so I'm going to restore Zoom. Okay, Mike, try your spacebar now. Let's see if it unmutes you.
Hello?
Okay, so Mike, is that what was happening? Were you trying to unmute yourself with the spacebar and it wasn't working?
That's fine.
That's right. Okay, so now I know that I was hoping that it would that mute with a spacebar would work even when the Zoom app doesn't have focus, but that makes entirely sense, and we can't change that hotkey to something else. At least not there. If we could change that hotkey to like control space, then that might work even when Zoom doesn't have focus. I don't see a way to do that here.
What I used to have, but it doesn't work anymore, my dog destroyed it, was I had a headset with a microphone button on it.
Yeah, if Mike actually has a button on his microphone to mute that, that's going to mute him. But
No,
then
I don't, because it's for my camera.
it's a microphone built into your camera.
That's fine.
Yeah, all right. Oh, well now wait a minute. How about the microphone icon in the system tray? What does that do? So right now we have
that's the Windows.
we have but let's that's been an issue about Windows 11, about something about Windows 11 and the microphone in the system tray doesn't do all the things that Paul Thurrott wants it to do. So when I click on that, that opens microphone settings. That's not enough to do anything. And when I right click on the microphone in the system tray, I get nothing. Now, how about this, the Zoom icon? Does that have anything about muting? Nope.
Alt-A is a microphone button in Zoom, I just found out.
Did you
Alt
say
plus A.
alternate A?
Yep, so Alt and A, yeah.
Okay, so Mike, try the Alt key and the letter A on your keyboard. See if that unmutes.
Then you press again and mute.
Is that a while you're holding it?
What was that again?
Okay, you did. Hold down the Alt key on the keyboard and tap the letter A, then let go of both keys. And let's see if that unmutes him. Okay, so Mike, you're unmuted now.
Yes.
Okay, so now do that again, Alt A. Hold down the Alt, tap A, and then let go. Okay, so that works while Zoom has focus. Let's minimize Zoom.
Yep.
And let's see, let's move a picture-in-picture around a little bit. And then I'm going to go have some other program have focus on Mike's computer. Let's go back to Mozilla. Let's see, where's one of those chat room? Yeah, this is chat room. Okay, so Mike, try that again. Hold down the Alt key and tap A and then test your microphone. Did you speak? I see his mouth moving. I'm not hearing.
No, I just tried that as well, and it didn't work.
Didn't work if Zoom doesn't have the focus.
Correct, yeah.
Darn.
I changed mine and I've got it all messed up. Oh, there I am back.
Darn, that would have been nice. Now,
Yeah.
now notice this though. Here, let me show you what I can do. Yeah, but that's just me. Well, no, Mike can do this too, because this thumbnail remains visible on Mike's computer. So just clicking the
I think you have to
microphone.
expand it.
No, you don't have to expand it. Just click the
can do it from
microphone.
the
See, I'm
box.
clicking the microphone that unmutes him.
Oh, okay, I see.
I think that's the easiest thing because that Zoom thumbnail stays on top all the time.
Right.
no matter what program I'm on. So if I go back to Mozilla Firefox, bring up chat. Oh, I'm in chat. He's so confused. Does he know what he's doing? So the Zoom thumbnail is still open. So Mike, move your mouse over that Zoom thumbnail and click the microphone button.
Sam, you said you're using a virtual background or virtual camera.
I'm using a virtual background in Zoom.
So your
And
yellow
that's my-
background is the virtual background.
Correct, and that's my logo I use for
We
my
need to get
YouTube
together
channel.
and have you teach me that. That is so cool.
But you have to have a powerful enough computer because Mum's laptop, which is from 2015.
Let me interrupt you guys. Let me interrupt
Sure,
you guys. Let me interrupt you because I want to get Mike, the thumbnail. Don't try to find the Zoom program. Just come over here to this, the thumbnail here where the picture is. Do you see that? Just float your mouse over me in the upper right. I see your mouse moving around, but it's not going there, right up there. And then once your mouse is floated over that, you can click on the microphone symbol. Click on the, okay, now speak.
Hello?
Yes, that works. Now you can click on the microphone again to mute yourself. So you can do that instead of the space bar because the space bar is not going to work while I've got something else on screen. In order to do that, you have to move your mouse, which means if I'm moving the mouse at the same time, I will feel you trying to move the mouse, and I'll just let you do it. Does that make sense? Hey, do you guys want to hear a spam call?
Oh, sure, why not? I get them a lot.
Hello? Hello?
This is Daniel with the California Department of Public Health. We were just calling to see if we can help you set up an appointment for the COVID-19 vaccine.
No thanks.
Hello? Okay, did you already receive a vaccine?
Yes, I did.
Okay, do you have any family or any friends that you know by any chance who could use any help setting up the appointment?
I know people who haven't got the vaccine, and I'm pretty upset at them, but no, they're not going to let you help them.
No worries, I completely understand. But thank you for doing your part. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. You take care.
Okay, thanks for what you're doing. Bye.
Oh, God.
Well, on the rate of spam calls, that's at about a -10.
Yeah. All right. Well, I never answer the spam calls, so I didn't even know they're doing that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Where
So
are we
done.
at? Hey, is this clone thing done?
Want to check your software?
I have it on screen right now.
Must be done, I guess.
I think it's done. Well, that happened without me noticing it, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's copied.
Let me try Alt-Tab and see if the progress thing is hiding behind. No, none of those other windows.
Do like a Windows key tab and check there.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing is, well, Alt-Tab. Windows Tab is going to bring
And not that.
everything visible at once here. There's
Yeah,
only
that's-
one Macrium Reflect.
Yeah, one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it's done.
Well, it could be done. Yeah, because he only had a small amount of space in use. Yeah, of course it's done. Of course it's done. And so let's go look at. Let's see. I think Mike and I were fighting each other on the mouse a little bit. So here's the D drive. Yeah. So here's the C drive. Here's the D drive. Yeah, it's done. We've just been rambling away trying to occupy time, not realizing that it's already done.
Yeah.
Silly us. Okay, so then the next piece
Yeah.
would be for Mike to, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike. Click on that. Click on the microphone button. There you go, Mike.
You could go on my the computer, the computer. Just a second, I'll do it for you.
Okay, let me bring you back on screen.
Douglas,
Yeah, yep, I hear
can
you.
you see can you see what I did?
What you did, I see you've opened this PC. Some of us know it as File Explorer or Windows Explorer. And on the left-hand side, we see a C drive and a D drive. And that D drive is your new Samsung drive with the cloned image. And if you click to look at the C drive and D drive, you'll see they have the same set of folders. We can right-click on them and look at the properties of each of those and see that they're identical. Do you want me to do that, or do you want to do that, Mike?
Do it for me, please.
Okay. So I'm moving the mouse down, and let's keep your microphone open right now, so you can just talk freely.
Okay.
And we're hearing you. So down here on the C drive, if I single left click on the C drive, we just kind of get a little mental image in mind of what that looks like. And then when I click on the D drive, it's not going to change at all. It's going to look identical.
Yes.
See? Same folders.
Yes.
So that confirms a clone. Now, if I right click on the C drive and choose properties, and I'm going to drag this window up here to the left, and then I'm going to right click on the D drive, choose properties, and drag that up here a little bit to the right to where it's side by side with the C drive. Then I'll click on this properties window for the C drive so it comes up front. So now we can see these two side by side.
Yes.
The blue sliver here looks larger than the blue sliver over here, but that's just because the right side is a larger drive, 893 gigabytes compared to 446.
Yes.
But if we look at the use space, 58.2 gigabytes and 50.5 gigabytes. It's not unusual for the numbers to come out looking different. And I'm a little hard pressed to explain why, but having to do with empty folders that don't get copied over, or invalid files that can't be read, things like that. I usually see those numbers pretty darn close to each other. So that's kind of a surprising large difference to me. Sam, do you agree? Does that look like, is that a surprising difference to you?
That is surprising. Whenever I clone, I usually boost into a live USB and clone that way.
Yeah, it's a little safer to get more of the content. Now, let's look at this in a different way. This screen, notice, doesn't tell us how many files or folders on either of these drives. I'm going to cancel these two and go look at this a different way. I'm going to start with a C drive. Then I'm going to float the mouse over one of these folders. Now, I'm not clicking on a folder because I see these folders underlined. And if I click on one, it's not going to select the folder. It's actually going to go into it. That's not what I want. So I just float the mouse over till one of them highlights. Then I'm going to press Control A. So that selects everything on that screen. Then I'll right click and choose Properties.
Yep.
And this is going to count files and folders. It'll take a little while. The more stuff you have, the longer it takes. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the D drive. I'll single left click on the D drive, float the mouse over any one of the folders on the right side, right click. Whoops, I didn't want to right click. I'm going to click down the blank area to remove that. Again, float over one of those folders, Control A to select them all, and then right click and choose Properties. So now we're going to get a comparison of folders and files for each of those two drives, which gives us a different picture of the difference. I'm looking back at chat.
Anyhow, Doug, thank you very much, huh?
Oh, yeah, of course you're welcome. Now, so your next task is to install the new drive as the primary drive inside your computer. They're both connected to SATA connectors inside your computer.
That's right.
So now if you keep both drives connected, your computer's still going to keep booting off of the original drive. If you swap their position on the SATA cable,
Yes.
so you might reliably get the new drive to boot, but I'd be reluctant for you to keep both of them connected as they are. What are you planning to do with your original drive?
Well, what happened if the copy is okay? I have a right to delete the small drive to put other things on it.
Good. So if you disconnect the old drive and leave your new drive connected as it is on the SATA cable it's connected to now, your computer's probably going to boot on that, but I want to recommend that you disconnect your old drive and then connect the new drive to the cable that used to be connected to the old drive.
Yes.
Because that's probably drive 0.
Yeah, that's why it is, yes.
Yeah, because the computer could boot off of drive 1 if drive 0 is not present. But if you move the new drive to the SATA 0 cable,
Yes.
then subsequently connect the old drive to the SATA 1 cable, then your computer should boot off of the new drive, and then you could delete what's on the old drive. But make sure that you are booted on the new drive, because if this gets mixed up, the potential exists that you could get booted on the old drive and then unintendedly delete the content of the new drive. So you just want to be sure that your C drive is the big one.
Yes.
When you go,
I'll check on that.
yeah. So
Yes,
you're okay with all of that, right? All
Yes.
that makes sense to you.
Yes.
Perfect.
Douglas, my girlfriend, she speaks French, but she's going to try to speak English to you. She wants to say hello to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, she needs the headset so she can hear us say hello.
Hello,
Hi. What's your name?
my name is Minnie.
Minnie?
Minnie.
Mindy?
M-I-M-I.
M-I-M-I. Okay. Mimi. I get it.
That's right.
Well, I'm Doug. I'm very pleased to meet you. And I'm going to ask the other people that are on the screen right now to introduce themselves to you and say hi to you, Mimi.
What?
Sam, you're first.
All right. Hello. Hello,
hello.
I'm Sam, and I'm in
Thank you.
Australia.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know me understand English and just little bit English because my friend is start to computer English so good.
Okay, very good. Stay with...
But just me, he speaks French. My language is speak French.
Your language is French.
Yeah, but it's me is listen for watch to TV English.
Say again.
Yeah, the TV.
The TV.
And English.
English on the TV.
If for the traduit for French, you know.
Translates from French. So TV helps you with English.
Yeah, for me, send me English.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
it's so good. Huh?
Okay, so wait one moment.
Yeah, I would like to pass to Mike.
No, not yet. Not yet. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay? So, guys, it's just... Guys, it's just hi Mimi, okay?
Okay, tu talk to Mimi.
Sam?
Je vais parler avec lui. Yeah?
All right. Hi, Mimi.
Hi, yeah. Excuse me.
Okay, Ken?
Hi, Mimi.
Hi.
Jim?
Thank you, the guys from
Hi, Mimi.
Hey, thank you. Hello.
All right.
It's a cuckoo from Montreal.
Mimi, where
Yeah.
were you born?
Born,
Where?
where, born, where?
Born where?
Montreal.
Montreal. Okay.
Yeah, it's my home, Montreal.
Okay, great.
Yeah. You?
On Osborne, California.
Oh, California.
Yep.
Oh, you're a native.
I'm native.
Okay.
Do you have to stay you Montreal? No, just California.
I stay in California. I have not traveled.
No, huh?
I've never been to Montreal.
Yeah.
I have.
Huh?
Oh, okay.
You?
Yes, 1967, the World's Fair.
Oh yeah, it's long time.
Very
Never
long
been to
time ago.
Montreal.
But it's you, 3 guys. You in California.
No, I'm in Illinois, but I have traveled the world.
Oh,
I was in the military.
Ah,
okay. I don't understand. You say okay.
Okay, can we have Mike back?
Yeah. Do you pass to Mike? Mike
Yes.
is start to do you.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank
for,
you.
To pass
Enjoy.
to you the big for talk to me. You guys.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
1
you.
minute.
Yeah.
All right, that was fun, Mike. Thank you. So, do you speak fluent French?
Yeah, I speak both languages,
right.
English and French.
Great. Which one is your primary language?
English.
English. Okay. So, let's go see how this turned out. This looks interesting. The C drive on the left and the D drive on the right. 31.8 gigabytes and 31.8 gigabytes. That looks like an exact match to me.
Yep.
And
It's the same numbers.
yeah, the size numbers are the same, and then the detail of the numbers are a little different. So let's see. This ends with looks like 2 million at the millions mark is where they differ. The first 3 digits 3421 is the same on each side, and then the rest of the digits
Je
are
vais
different.
demander quelque chose, Mike.
Yeah, those could be temporary files. They
Yeah.
could be
Right.
check files.
1 minute, please.
Yes.
Attends juste une minute. Hey
Oh.
guys, hello.
Yes.
I have 2 questions after you and oh, thank you. Hello.
Yeah, now you can. I just restored the Zoom session. She didn't even see you guys when you were saying hi to her.
Okay. I have 2 questions after
Confusion
you
again.
to the board.
Oh,
To
okay.
the 1,
Funny.
2, 3, 4. The five anyway. Okay.
Yep, five
Yeah.
that are on the Zoom session.
The board, the question. It did so good for the charge, for the disk, for an example, my name, who say c'est news C, you know, the news C, huh? For the property, this there, you know, c'est marqué the news.
Maybe she's pointing to
I don't know.
Ken's wife. Is that Ken's wife?
Yeah, it's so good for the just change for the name. An example, maybe you know, coffee. Is this so good? Is this so good?
I think, is she asking about changing the name on the Zoom window?
The for the system. For
If I choose rename, if I say Mike Perodin ampersand Mimi.
Yeah, for the example, for the lecteur, you know, is French nouveau, ok, c'est. Est-ce que il did okay for just charge for the name?
Change the name.
Is this so good? Huh?
I'm struggling understanding what you're asking.
No, you don't understand me?
No.
Okay, is possible for the C, okay? You know the C, the properties, you know, I don't know what is it, but is the C, is the change for just the name, example for
Change the name. I think she's asking changing this name right.
C or letter D, you know that's it. Huh? Attends une minute. One minute.
Tu veux dire que tu veux changer, si tu changes le nom.
So yes,
le
Doug,
C,
that was my
Ouais,
wife
si
and
c'est
I
bon.
went to the Grand
Oui, si
Canyon.
c'est
Okay.
bon, si c'est correct. Oui. Pour
I'll
ça,
tell
je
you a
vais
cute story one of
demander
these
des
days
questions.
about that.
Okay, she was because I asked her in French, but she speaks better in French. She wanted to know if she changed the name, like let's say the C, she wants to put her name on the C. Can she do that?
Oh, on the C drive?
Yes.
Yes.
This
Can you read it? I didn't know.
Okay.
it's no problem for the.
No,
Yes.
No.
In the book problem for some.
Okay.
Okay, so over here. So we'll come to that in just a moment. Let me finish this part about the files and folders.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll go to that. So number of files, 252,725. I'm muting their microphone. 252,725 files and 252,723 files. So the number of files difference is only 2 files. And then the number of folders is 2 folders difference. So there's not much difference between those two at all. And then when we cancel this, that makes me wonder, why were these so different? Not important. It's a little strange. I'm not hearing anybody right now. I'm going to turn Mike's microphone back on because I think he just grabbed the Mike. Your microphone is on now.
Is it possible? Is it possible because the edit this is bigger than the other one?
Well, I've done this enough times and compared this that I expect these numbers to be pretty similar, but I'm not concerned about it at all because the number of files and folders really takes precedence in my mind. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a possibility. Yeah. Notice this check mark here. Allow files on the drive to have contents indexed. On the new drive, that check mark is missing. So this side has...
Because I usually, what's his name? Harry Holtzman said, when you have a SSD, you don't have to have to check that. I'm really wanting to test that someday because I have clients who rely on that. What this is it allows drives to have contents index. And what I have is I'll have clients, or I've even done it for them, where they can't find a file, and I'll ask them for what's a unique word that is contained inside that Microsoft Word document. And if that check mark is there, you can type a word that's inside of Microsoft Word document, as an example, and find the file. I believe if you don't have that check mark, that's not going to work, but I have not actually tested that. I'm curious about it. I know he doesn't like that selected. I don't like to unselect it the way he does because it takes so long for it to propagate that, to make all those changes. It takes a long time. especially when you already have things on the disk.
Yeah. Now he's usually doing it with a brand newly installed Windows.
Yes.
So it doesn't take very long for him. He's doing it on, M.2 drive, and it's fast to begin with, and there's no data files on the computer. So removing that check mark, it's going to happen relatively fast. But when I go to a client's computer that's a few years old and it's got a ton of files on it, if I remove that check mark, it's going to take a long time.
Go get a cup of coffee.
Yeah. And I don't find, I have had a couple of occasions where the index files are unreasonably large, and I know where to go find them. I can go look at the size of those files, and they're typically not large at all. But I had one computer especially that was misbehaving, and it was just way overblown in size. All right, so let's go change the name of the C drive. What an interesting request. So I'm going to come over here and right click on the C drive. Let's see, I'm going to left click on the C drive so that nothing else is selected at the time. Do I have my everything showing right? Yeah, I do. I'm going to right click on the C drive. Now, which one of these menu items do you suppose it might be, Mike?
Rename?
Yes. So I click on rename. Now it's highlighting that local disk. So you can go ahead and type in what you want that to say.
Oh, I see. No, for me myself, I like it where it leads there, but now I know. I'll explain to my girlfriend.
Okay. Well, for the sake of the video, I'm going to go ahead and type something else. I'm going to type Mike's Awesome SSD. You'll need provide. I don't know if I can do it that long.
I hit that continue and it should let you.
Yeah, it worked.
It continue.
Now,
there you go.
if I make this wider, it's still the C drive.
Yeah.
But it has that name. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, since you didn't actually want that, I'll change it back. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I wonder. Does anybody think Control Z would work here?
Nah, I doubt it.
Me too. Yeah, it didn't work. I did discover recently, though, if you accidentally drag a folder into another folder, that can be done so easily by mistake. Control Z does work to reverse that.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cool. So change this back to local disk.
I don't think it made a noise for Doug, but Tim's in the green room.
Oh, thank you. I'll go. I heard a weird noise just now. What was that birdie noise?
This is my phone. I have a lot of the same notifications, believe it or not. That's my son sending me a text.
All right, here comes Tim. Hello, Tim. How are you? Oh, he's still connecting to audio. Every time I do that, I bring somebody in and then I try talking to them and they won't talk to me. I'm thinking they're just coming in to be mad at me. Because he's confused and doesn't know what he's doing.
Joined.
Hello, Tim. Still not.
Hello.
Ah, there he is.
Still not. Hello.
Oh, he's got his YouTube.
video.
He's got his YouTube sound on, doesn't he?
Is that Gary?
He's got his YouTube
No,
sound.
not Gary. It's Tim.
Gary? I know.
No, not Gary.
It's a Gary kind of thing, isn't it?
Not Gary.
I'm going to plead the Fifth Amendment on that.
You
I
do that a
think-
lot.
Sorry about that.
Hello. There he is.
I'm still hearing it.
Oh, he's got his YouTube.
Is that still from Tim? All right, I'm going to mute Tim and see if that stops it. Yeah, that stopped it. So we were still hearing the YouTube, Tim, somehow. It may. Let's see. How would it be? I don't know how it would be. All right.
Maybe Gary snuck in and we don't know it.
Yeah, that's kind of a Gary thing, isn't it? Mike, is there anything else you wanted help with?
Oh, that's it. That's it. That was all I wanted to do. Thank
All
you very
right.
much.
Marvelous. You're
All right.
welcome. Oh, somebody mentioned something about placing a bet earlier. Who was that?
That's Black Watch way back.
Well, the thing that made me think of is I have something to tell you about in regards to a bet, but I think Mimi just came back on with us. Is Mimi
Looks like
wanting to?
She's muted though.
Yeah, I just.
So does this bet have anything to do with the $100 from Carrie?
It does. It does. It does.
That's
I didn't get my 100 yet.
what this does.
Hi, Mimi. Are you back with us?
No, because Mike is the, you know.
Okay, you went away. So
Yeah, it will come.
Did you just want to listen to us for a while?
I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't listen to us for a while, quite frankly.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh, well, she hasn't met Tim yet.
Hello, guys. Oh, it's the
Tim's
news
new.
guys. It's the news guys, huh?
The new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there.
Tim,
Hello.
can you say hi, Mimi?
Hi. No.
He looks like he's still trying to work out the audio problem or something. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure.
don't
He's
know.
still muted.
It's like kind of looking like he's not even hearing us.
If it's okay for the
Hey.
sound for the name.
Hey, Mimi.
Hello.
Oh, there it was. He said hello.
Hello, guys.
Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Mimi.
Let's see. I need to get back. I got so many things going on here. Where do I want to go? Oh, yes, the bet.
Uh,
I got to tell you something about the character and integrity of Carrie Holzman. For those who weren't a part of it, on a recent video, let's see, we were dealing with that network adapter. And Carrie said in the chat room, now he's in Michigan on vacation, right? In the chat room, he said, I'll bet $100 what did he say it was?
He said it was either the router or the cable.
Router or the cable. Yeah, he thought that the router needed to be replaced. And it turned out being that we were able to delete the driver for that network adapter.
And put in an old one, I think, right?
Well, let Windows do its own driver choice.
Yep.
So we deleted the driver and the files associated with the driver from the manufacturer of the motherboard and the manufacturer Intel. We had him shut down the computer, unplug the computer for at least 30 seconds, and then turn it back on and let Windows install whatever driver it chose to install, and it worked. So, Carrie Holzman said he bet $100 that the problem was the router. I want to tell you guys, before the day was over, within a few hours, Carrie had deposited $100 in my PayPal account.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No conversation. I didn't think he owed it to me because I didn't accept the bet.
Wow.
He just did it. He had my PayPal credentials because I've been doing a monthly donation to him for a long time. So that's how he had my PayPal account credentials already. So he just did it. And Jeff Ryman's in the chat.
Hello, Tim.
Say again, Mike.
Hello, Tim.
Hey, Mike.
Hello from Mike to Tim.
I did not see you.
Oh yeah, I've got all the windows open on Mike's computer so he can see everybody that's there now. Let's go. Let's see. I'm gonna leave that open on Mike's computer, and I'm gonna bring up chat room because there's stuff going on
there's a whole bunch for you
in chat. Well, let's go get caught up with chat. See if I can find what I highlighted from my last. What I was doing for a while is writing down the timestamp of where I was at. Had to be around here somewhere. I don't see anything highlighted in blue. Check this. I think that's old. Oh, Sam. I had noticed that in my peripheral vision. I think he was asking what time to upgrade. I think he's referring to my streaming computer. And this is kind of another. I don't know. I've been wondering if I would be willing to admit this. I'm reluctant to put this out on air, but I have spent more than a short amount of time tempted, contemplating, am I interested in buying the Big Beast build?
Oh dear God!
Which is
Get it.
What?
Get it.
Tim says get it. It's so expensive. Oh man.
Oh, okay.
I just can't afford that.
Something about hunting a mouse with an elephant gun.
I am so hot for that computer. Not because of the RGB.
Oh no.
Not because of the RGB, but because this computer that I'm streaming on, I salute. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Mimi's still trying to talk. Oh, Mike's muted again. Good, thank you, Mike. Yeah, so that computer has got so much power. This computer, this streaming computer, it's a second generation 2600K i7. You can see that on your screen. But before I do a stream, I always restart the computer, and I'm supposed to pause OneDrive, but I didn't. Watch this. Watch my CPU numbers. I think you all see them now, right?
Oh, yeah.
My CPU and my GPU numbers. Let's get an idea of the pattern. Then I'm going to pause my OneDrive and see if that makes a difference. 65, 47, 37, all over the map.
Yes.
It's hard to get it. So now I'm going to pause syncing for 2 hours. 42, 50, 54, 46. It seems to be the way to judge it is the highest number and the lowest number over a period of, say, 20 seconds would be a way to tell if it's gone down. And now it's kind of stayed in the 30s. There's a 45, 35, 41. But anyway, I restart the computer. I pause OneDrive. I never open Google, never open Chrome. So all of that would be gone if I bought the Big Beast build or just upgraded my computer. But that Big Beast build has, the main computer would be a streamer. The second computer inside it would become my computer number 2, and my current computer number 2 would become computer number 3, because it's more powerful than my current number 3. But I can't afford that.
Most people can't afford that. It's ridiculous.
Jeez, that thing is... You know what? Here's another thing. I was thinking... I told you earlier about his tweet when he said, give me any reason that Windows 11 is justify its presence. And I was thinking, give me any reason, Kerry Holzman, for the Big Beast build to be present.
There is none. There is none. It's just because he can.
But you remember, I'm sure, just 2 or 3 years ago, probably, that he would make fun of people who are building with RGB.
Yes.
Oh God.
Yeah.
He's been fighting that. He's been fighting against that tide for a while. Yeah,
and I don't criticize him for doing the Big Beast build. I think it's fun to watch, but my God, the amount of money he put into that. Mm-hmm. Now he did that, for the channel, Would anybody have stopped watching him if he didn't do a build like that?
No, not at all.
I don't think he knows how much his audience loves him.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt whatsoever about that. Well, that's the same thing, Doug, with me doing the Windows 11 on 2 unsupported machines.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me to do it just because I can.
Well, now, for me to do those Windows 11 videos, what was the reason for me to do that?
None for you.
Yes, there was.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, it's not for my personal use.
Okay.
It's for the views.
Right. Oh yeah. Speaking of views, you should see my channel is blowing up as we speak.
I got tons of views off of those videos, and I knew I would. And I thought it would be even a bigger deal because I thought I was ahead of the game by doing it on Monday. Because we were told it was coming out on Tuesday, right? Right. Yeah, but that was Tuesday, Australia time.
Right, which was like what 4 p.m. here on the East Coast. And
yeah, the day before. That's on Monday.
Oh yeah, the first thing I did is I downloaded the ISO. Yeah. I double checked to make sure that the trick that I had used that I had shown on a video in June still worked. And as soon as I knew that worked, then I knew that Tuesday I was just going to do the video and have fun with it.
And my subscriptions, and over the time of those Windows 11 videos, my subscriptions grew by, I think, I'm not sure, 40 or 50 subscribers, and it had been paused, dead for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So, I was sitting at about 130, 135, and I haven't actually looked what the current count is. I bet you I can find out. Yeah. I was sitting at about 135 subscribers. I'm now at about 157, and it's all due to that one video.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I am not recommending or advising anybody to upgrade to it. If you don't have your own reason, if you don't come to me with saying, I want to upgrade to it, and you just come to me and say, should I upgrade to it? No. You've got to already have your own reason to want to do it.
I'm just doing it just to see what happens. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
Yeah. Now I might upgrade that laptop if I do the BIOS upgrade on the laptop, and that's an if. And then if it will install, and then one of the things that I saw says if you do a fresh install, it will install on unsupported hardware that won't do an upgrade install. That I probably won't do. I might do it just to see if it works, but then I'll revert back because I don't want to reinstall what I have on that laptop. Where am I at? Okay, so then let me keep responding to this question from Sam Van Thiel. Is it time to upgrade? So I have considered upgrading the motherboard and CPU in this computer. I can actually upgrade just a CPU. There's a little bit higher class I can go on the CPU in this motherboard. My reluctance to go to a complete new motherboard and CPU is that then I've got a lot of adapter boards. I've got 3 USB add-in boards in that computer, and I'm concerned I might have to get newer models of those.
What's the interface on the current cards? I mean, if they're only PCI, then yeah, you're going to need to get new cards.
Yeah, I don't know offhand. I think they may be PCI because PCIe would be the newer ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So I haven't looked into that. I'd have to go study up on it, and it'd be so much easier just to buy the highest level, the highest CPU that I can just plug into this motherboard. But then I'm probably going to have to upgrade the cooler.
Oh yeah, probably.
So I'm just, this one's working.
Oh, I understand it's working, but Doug, bite the bullet. I'm just telling you, bite the bullet.
Well, if I'm going to bite the bullet, shouldn't I bite a big bullet instead of a little bullet?
There's a lot of difference between buying a small bullet and buying that monstrosity that Gary's working on.
Yeah, but there's another step. the small bullet is the best CPU that I can put into this motherboard. The next grade is a new motherboard, new CPU in this computer, and whatever other new parts I have to buy. It's going to be less than the big beast build.
Oh yeah. But I mean, if you have to replace the interface cards, you have to replace the interface cards.
Yeah.
But you definitely want to second gen. You're on a second gen i7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're long overdue. Long overdue.
Decade old.
Well, it was absolutely fine until I started doing that YouTube gig.
Well, the only thing I can tell you, Doug, is that when I built the streaming machine that I'm on at the moment, it's an i5-10400. It's got 32 gig of memory. It's an NVMe drive. I built it last October. In fact, it's the very first computer video I posted to YouTube. It shows you how I reused the case.
i5.
Time out.
Yep.
I just got a notification. Kerry Holzman live in 30 minutes.
Uh-oh.
He's still in Michigan.
Yep.
I'm going to pronounce that wrong every time I tell you. Michigan. Michigan. Yeah. Mimi's asking me why I'm doing this.
That's to shut the rest of us up.
It was time out so I could interrupt.
Yeah. But in any case, it's an i5-10400, 32 gig of RAM. It's got a single SSD in it, and I've got a capture card in it, and trying to think of what else. Yeah, capture card, and I don't think there's much of anything else to it. It streams fine. It's not an i7, it's an i5, but it streams fine.
Hey, mine streams fine too.
I don't.
My streaming is going fine.
Yeah, at 30%, it's 35 to 45%. Yeah, I don't know that I break 20% on mine.
Well, yeah, but are you also doing Zoom? Do you also have 3 USB cameras attached? 4? Do you also have 2 computers attached with capture devices?
I usually have 1 computer via capture card. Yeah. I usually use 2 cameras. I haven't tried using Zoom at the same time, but I have no doubt that this thing will probably not even break a sweat.
Well, sure, it's more powerful, but I'm kind of proud of my computer for how much it's doing with being as old as it is. And it has RGB.
Why do you need RGB? Why?
Yeah, there's no RGB in mine. Sorry, there is none.
I have
Good. I don't like RGB.
Oh, Jim, you
recommend time out. With Mimi's trying to say something.
I have one question for you guys and you.
Okay.
Where's the Windows is the term for the bug? The Windows 11.
The Windows 11.
Oh, Windows 11?
What's the term for the bug? There's the bug that this Windows 11? 11.
Windows 11.
Yeah, is this the bug?
It's the version.
Bug. Yeah, bug.
Bug. I don't know, Mike. Can you? Mike, can you clarify?
Windows is a bug.
Hey, Mike, I can.
Okay, she's learned the timeout thing.
Yes, hello.
Okay.
Mike, do you understand what she's asking?
Well, she was asking if the Windows 11 does it have a bug in it?
Does it have a bug in it?
Yes.
Like bug issues.
It has lots of bugs in it. So does Windows 10. They all do.
One second. He thinks Windows out in the book.
Real quick, Jim, you said you have a capture card?
Yes.
Okay.
We need to get together. You need to
Okay.
create another monster. I'll get into that later.
Oh dear God.
Okay, Mike, did that answer the question?
Yes.
Okay, good. I gotta step away and turn the air conditioner on. I'm burning up here. So you guys entertain yourselves.
Tim, you're muted.
All right, Ken, pay attention.
Ooh, that looks nice.
All right, that's the capture card that I'm using.
Okay.
Cool.
Can you do that again so I can Google it? Sorry.
Yeah, hold on. It's Aver Media.
Oh, yeah.
Aver Media, and it's the Live Game Duo. Live Gamer Duo. That's the one I'm using.
Aver Media Live Gamer Duo.
Yep.
Is there a number behind it? This came up with a number.
No, there's no number. That's it. It's a 2-input capture card. One port will do up to 4K at 60 frames. The other port will just locked at 1080p. I want to say it like maximum of 240 hertz or something like that.
Does it have two output or just one output?
One output, 2 inputs.
Okay, here's Carrie coming. It's got 24 minutes to go. And what's it? 45 people in the chat room. Or waiting anyway.
I started a new tab and went over and checked it out. Tim, I need to get with you too. I believe you're using Roku or Hulu, if I remember right.
Me?
I use Kodi.
Kodi, well, the one I did.
Oh, yeah.
But there's different builds you can do inside of Kodi.
Yeah, we're going to cut the dish, DirecTV. We found the Filipino app. We just got to figure out everything else. So I think I need 1 input, 2 outputs on my capture card, if that's even available.
You can use a splitter, like a HDMI splitter.
Do what, Sam?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you get HDMI out, you split from 1 to 2, so you can switch to 2 monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the crazy thing. It's only actually going to go to 1 TV, and then we go from there. It's a long story. I have a Filipino wife. She has to have the Filipino packaging and the Filipino television. She wants to be able to record it, even though it's not needed.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What do we do? We're just about ready to wrap up here. Any last questions, comments, anybody? Oh, I know. I need to finish. I need to finish those chat room. Because I got stuck on Sam's question. Sam Fantil, we spent a while on that. You opened a can of worms. Let's see, Mike. Why haven't you made me blue yet? Gee, why did he say that? Scopy check disk manager, full stop, Windows key plus period. Yes, I do know that. I use that a lot, Sam. Oh, Sam, that's you. Matthew, if you go all the way down to where it says ringtones, click the checkbox that says presence. You know what? He said that, so I got to demonstrate it, right? I'll click in there and then press Windows key, period. And it gives all a bunch of emojis, and that works just about everywhere in Windows. And then there's also these different things here that gets to a different set of emojis. And on any one of those, you can scroll down. Tons and tons of stuff. So all the way, if you go all the way down where it says ringtones, click the checkbox that says press and hold space to temporarily unmute yourself. We already did that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. Ringtones. Well, we did that in Zoom. Was he referring to Zoom here? I don't know. Moving on, just looking for orange. If the cloning is image copy, shouldn't the number of folders be identical? Well, Jeff, you are asking, shouldn't computer stuff make sense? I heard one person laughing at that.
Oh, should be. Is it? Not always.
Just doesn't always work out. It would like to see it that way, but no, it just doesn't happen. And there's some explanations, but
calling me.
there's some explanations, but I'm not gonna go into it. I'm happy if it's close. That's what I expect is close. I don't expect exact match. Virtual memory, for instance, that has to do with when the computer is running. There's files that open that are not open once the computer shuts down. So is a clone gonna copy those? Well, on one hand, you'd say it should. On the other hand, I don't think it does. Anyway, so that was when Tim was in the green room. C drive called drive, same with my clients. What did I do?
Oh, yeah, rename
I jumped down too far. There it is. In Zoom, Chris always do properties and rename. I never saw the rename option. Guess I'm confused. Okay, and then I think you might also single click like you can on File Explorer. I'm not sure. Carrie was confused. Maybe he's referring to when he was insisting it was the router. I'd get it. It's amazing. She wants me to buy the Big Beast build. Sam Lazar, you're asking what is the Big Beast? Of course, Sam, you're in chat. You're on Zoom with us, and you don't know what the Big Beast build is.
Correct. Yeah.
It is this monster case of a computer. It takes two people to pick it up off the floor and put it on this counter. It has two motherboards, two power supplies. It is two computers in one, made by the Certs company. Anybody? The Certs company?
Never heard of them.
Two flavors in one.
Oh God, jeez.
Oh no.
Yeah, just data small while you're at it.
Certs?
You know you're not a good comedian when you have to explain your jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's usually a good sign.
The audience is too young.
Yeah, tough crowd, tough room.
Yeah. Hey, once I explained it, you gave me the laugh, so I'm okay. It's got tons of RGB. How many fans does it have? Does anybody know?
It's got something like 12 or 15 fans in it.
Gosh, it can take off.
It's absolutely insane. There's no reason for it other than he can. That's it.
And it started out. I think he started out in his description saying it's a $6,000 computer, but he was going to be at around $4,000. Now I think he's well over $10,000.
Oh, between all the stuff he's had to replace and return and probably.
Well, if you count, I don't know. I don't think he's counting the money on the returns, is he?
No. But if he's getting stuff from
but
Amazon
it's all
warehouse.
Yeah,
and he's got to return those. That means that he's got to buy new.
He's putting the maximum amount of memory.
What is it? 128 or 250? It's 256 if I remember correctly.
256 gigabytes. Yeah,
I think so. Yes.
Well, he started with half of the slots full, and then it couldn't be twice the 256, could it?
No,
I don't know, but
I thought he went up to 512.
Did he go to 512?
Well, that would be twice. Yeah.
I thought originally it was 128, and then he decided to bump it up.
I don't know.
Oh, what a lot.
I don't know. But anyway, the memory has RGB, the CPU cooler is RGB, all the fans have RGB, and they got those remote controls to it's insane. And he refuses to ship it. If anyone wants to buy it, they gotta deal with getting it themselves.
Oh, shipping costs would be outrageous.
Yeah.
Shipping that in country is going to be outrageous enough.
Yeah. But if I was penciling out numbers. I mean, I was, and for me, I would drive to his house to get it if I were going to do that. It'd be worth that.
Yeah, it would take me 3 or 4 days at least to drive out there.
I can't do that.
Gotta go.
Okay, so continuing. That answers Sam's question. You would need a new CPU, RAM if you get a new motherboard. I do know that, and a new cooler. And would you need a new graphics card for a new build? See, my graphics card is old too.
Yes, but you wouldn't have to replace it right away.
I could use the same graphics card, probably.
Without question.
Now, let me tell you something else I was wondering about, and I don't really know about this. But I know how people put in additional graphics cards to do that mining, Bitcoin mining.
Yeah.
Meaning the graphics cards will do work even if you don't have a monitor connected to them.
Mm-hmm.
I have another graphics card. What if I put that extra graphic card in this computer?
It should work. The transcoding. Yeah.
Will my streaming software use that? Now, I think it will probably show up on the bottom of what you see on my screen right now as an additional GPU entry.
I would assume. I would assume,
it should work.
And then will that offload some load with my CPU? Because it seems to be my CPU is what gets more stress. It might. Don't know. Have to try it.
Some programs only like one GPU, so
yeah. But it's possible XSplit might be sophisticated enough to take advantage of that, because that easily could be something that they've designed for.
Yeah, editing software is another one that kind of depends on which editing software you use, whether it's more GPU intensive or CPU intensive.
Yeah.
Like I think it's Adobe Premiere is more CPU intensive.
Oh, Gary is Gary waiting?
I think he is.
Oh my gosh, sorry Gary. Yeah, I just saw in the chat finally. Will you let me in?
And now see, I use DaVinci Resolve, which more relies on the GPU rather than the CPU.
Oh, DaVinci Resolve, the paid version.
Matthew, yes, I was talking about on Zoom. So yes, when he was talking about scrolling down to the, was he given a way to unmute and unmute while Zoom doesn't have focus? Because that's what we were struggling with. So I'm looking for Orange Matthew to take a second look at what he was saying. Why do I not see his name on one of the oranges? So that's 409. Search for Matthew. It wasn't Barnes, it was the other Matthew Camp. Here.
Hey,
if you go all the way down to where it says ringtones, click the checkbox that says press and hold. Oh, we did that. Yeah, that doesn't work unless you have... Oh, we did that, Matthew Camp. It doesn't work if Zoom doesn't have focus. If I'm on a different program has focus, that doesn't work. So I didn't read your comment well enough. Now, I said I was at 409, something like that. Okay, let me in. Oh, Gary. Hi, Gary.
Hi.
Say that again. Yeah, I hear you, Gary.
Yeah. I was going to clarify something I had said earlier about Windows 11. I don't like 11 personally, but I'm using it.
Oh, okay.
We have a client. We have a truck that goes out, UPS that goes out, heck, US mail. We put a label on the package. At that point, our computer actually gets on the internet and goes to his computer and sends the data in, which they put into their system. We have to prove that computer has Windows 11 and BBS cert on when we send the data.
Interesting. So they require.
Without that, they will not accept the shipment.
11 was just released, what, 3 days ago?
Yeah, we got to have it by 1/1/21. In other words, November 1st.
Good.
Now, let me correct something. I did not tell you when we knew about it. and I never did. We had NDAs. We couldn't tell.
Oh.
You know.
Oh, okay.
He's just
All right.
letting us know that he hasn't told us.
Okay.
Now I can tell. I mean, you know, everybody knows now. But if we ship on 11/2 without that, we can't get paid. We cannot ship. And actually, from the way I understand it, they'll actually keep the shipment and not pay for it. And as I put in it's the Department of Justice, and there is one other government entity that I will not say because we can't say.
Oh God,
It's fascinating, particularly.
So I have one that is required, and if you don't do it, don't get paid, boys and girls.
Wow.
no.
Did they give an explanation for it?
For the VBS that is built into Windows 11, it is actually in Windows 10, but you can turn it off.
You're saying BBS, boy.
Victor Boy Sam, BBS.
Yeah. When I made the comment Vacation Bible School because that's what those letters mean from my childhood.
Okay, you're right.
So that's the letters. So it's because that is present in Windows 11 in some more significant way or way that they care about. But what is VBS? What does that do?
Basically, it's following the data because we still sent the same billing intent. We're sending billing. We send billing today. I don't know. I don't care about when we send it. We send billing just about every day to that customer. And they want to make sure that what we have went through our system is what they're getting in their system. And that's basically what it does. It's going through the data that goes out through the port, then comes in their port, it looks at it.
Wow.
So I would almost remember the old modem days.
Yeah.
When you had air compression and air correction.
Yeah.
In my mind, I put it like the air correction.
All right.
It isn't, but in my mind, that's how I put it.
I was gonna guess that you were gonna say that they feel that it's a higher level of security, since that's one of the things that has been said about or excuses given for Windows 11.
Yeah.
No, I'm 100% saying it's security. But in other words, in my mind, it is just making sure that what we send them is what they get.
Well, that in my mind isn't security. That's accuracy, or that's because just being it's correct. Whereas security, I'm saying to assure against
other data
infiltrators of some sort.
I'll agree with you.
That's what what I think of when I go security, and that's the secure boot and all that. And I'm thinking, and I think you've kind of concurred in the past about this, that there's more to Microsoft's motivation behind Windows 11 and what it gives them opportunity to do that we don't know about yet because it hasn't got there yet, because they needed to get a simple migration of people moved into it before implementing the more security that they have in mind, which I really want, because I it's a little bit of exaggeration to say that I lose sleep over what I think we're headed for in terms of the evildoers on the internet, but the potentials of what even all the hype recently about with Facebook's outage and the number of people that are on that and depend on it, when the terrorists figure out how to utilize that to their objectives, I mean, then it's not going to be about money. I'm sorry. I think Mike's trying to come in.
Yes, I'm sorry. I got to leave you now. Thank you very much for all your help.
Yes, thank you, Mike. We've got to end this because some of us want to go over to see what Carrie's up to.
5 minutes.
Did I need anything? Okay. Oh, almost in. Yeah, so thank you. We're going to go ahead and end now, Mike. Thank you for bringing this to us. And Sam, for thank you for your participation in making that happen and your role in this today. And I did actually catch up with Gary. Only had one other thing, and that was about the subject he just talked about. So let's say goodbye. And what I'll do, okay, I'm gonna end the Zoom session, and I'm gonna go ahead and give a sign-off blurb. So Zoom people, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And I click them off midstream, and there I'm just going to display my email address if that button works. DougBetts at Live Windows Training if you'd like to request a free support session or discuss technical topics, whatever your interest is. Kind of similar to what we had here today on any range of topics around the subject of computers and Windows. Don't come and talk to me about your remote control on your TV set. I'm not going to be able to do that. But Sam can. Sam Lazar can. Thank you, everybody, for being with us today. Let's see. I'm seeing $9.98 in today's donations, and I think that was probably from two. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, come on, come on. I'm stressed out. I'm tired. I'm not remembering your name. I know your name. Tony Wallow. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate that. Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to go over and see what Carrie's up to. I don't typically participate in chat, or at least not much, but I may say hi. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Which of these buttons?